Tonight, we bring you this week's Flight Sim news. A man with a face shows us a thing. City Update 5, we have a Cessna 207, and we announce a brand new hub for Firefly Air. Hello? Hello. Everybody, happy Wednesday.
Studies, you know,
Welcome.
60% of the time, it works every time.
The timing of that, though. Hello and welcome to the middle of the week. It is Wednesday, the midweek shuffle. Let's get over the hump day. The news. Yes, friends, it's time for the news. This is the last Wednesday before Christmas, meaning it's the last bit of news until after Christmas. The excitement. I don't know what to say. All I can say is it's terribly exciting, right? It's a busy one. So I hope you're keeping very well. Hope you're kind of sitting somewhere comfortably, have a tasty, have a tasty beverage and maybe some snackage, you know, as we delve into what's making the headlines this week for Microsoft Flight Simulator and also the other simulators that we absolutely love and adore, right? We're also going to be checking out the new City Updates 5, focused in Europe, places like, you know, Brussels and Zagreb and places. We'll check them out, see what they're all about. We also have this, a brand new Cessna 207. In fact, it's the T207A Turbo, beat the Jesus, a Stationair, and I have it in the parachuting configuration. Totally fine. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, a man with a face is going to show. Gibbo is going. Wait till you see it, right? So it's all excitement. There's things happening. There's like a review of hardware. I haven't done much of these before. Wait. We've done one of these before, I think. I can't remember. This is exciting news, though. Very exciting. So how are y'all keeping? How's your week going? It is that of silly season in me work. Today was ridiculously busy. Tomorrow is like, if there's ever a day you're going to call in sick, tomorrow would be that day. And then, you know, it rinse and repeat for Friday. But we're nearly there. We can see the finish line is off in the distance. Well, it's not terribly far. I'm working Friday and Saturday, and then our stream, of course, is going to be on Saturday night. The Christmas special. We fly to Lapland. It's the land of the Laps. But anyway, that's kind of the story now. We'll delve into the chat here. And we forgot, we get to announce a brand new Firefly Air hub. I mean, this is exciting. It's all about the hubs. Remember your one who sang that song? It's all about the bass. It's all about the hubs. No trouble. You have to wear a wig. What was her name? Mary Black, wasn't it? No, it wasn't Mary Black. Hey, what was her one's name? It's all about the bass. I can't remember. Me with names, right? But anyway, who's here? Quaggy, it's good to see you. Welcome aboard. Soaring AJ is here in the chat as well, along with Viper Strike. Very good afternoon to you. Viper said, I flew the ATR over the UK earlier on the stream. Come on yourself, Viper. Brilliant stuff. Great success. Mr. 90 is in the chat. Good to see you. Vacuum. Hello, Vacuum. Good evening. Devil Dude is here along with Jimemu. Hello, my dudes. Quaggy said, oh crap, that woke me up. It's fine. It's totally fine. Now let me see. Sean Dale. Hello, Sean Dale. Hope you're well, man. Nightsep is here. Very good evening to you, Nightsep. Happy Wednesday to you. Spitfire RAF 100. Happy Wednesday to you, man. Quaggy, man to see you. Brilliant. Tarnish Mossman is here. Hello, all. He says, he just says hello, all. Nightsep says, this hubbing is getting entirely out of hand. I demand a hubcap. Did you hear we were opening a hub? There's a new hub opening. Hub. And the hub is going to open, it's going to be announced tonight. Play some Christmas music for dramatic effect. All right. Do you like me lights? Would you? Come on now. Huh? I had to put each and every single one of those divils. No, I didn't. That's a complete and utter lie. But it took as long. Do you know what? They should have taken minutes. It took ages. Started to Gibbo last night. I was like, yeah, I'm just doing a couple of lights. Come on, Murph. Yeah, make it more Christmassy. I'd have worn the Santa hat, but let's be honest, lads. It was under a lot of pressure. But anyway, I digress. Where are we? We're over here, look. Yes, the hub. Mr. Z Riders, good to see you. Cy Murray's in the house. Yo, all. And Murph, happy hump day. Good to see you, Cy. Hope all is well. Jan Race is here watching us over on YouTube. Hello, Jan Race. I hope you're well. And hello to everybody watching us here this evening on YouTube in stunning 4K. I mean, come on, right. And well, the rest of us on Twitch, you probably have a better experience because I'm not as high definition. Well, I'm just high definition. I'm not 4 times. Let's not get into that discussion. You're all very welcome. You're looking well. Do you know? Now, where are we at? Old Veteran 965. He says, howdy all and happy hump day. Hope all is well with everyone. Great to see you, Scott. Happy Wednesday to you, my dude. Muse Van is here. Hello there, you awesome people. That's hilarious, Muse. Any other night you would have been, yous are massive, yous brilliant. And now that, you know, good evening. Great to see you. You look terribly, terribly normal. Brilliant. Good to see you, Muse. Hemmingbird is here. She says, what do you call a magic dog? Jesus. A labracadabrador. Sorry, that pun was rough. A labracadabrador. That's fantastic. A labracadabrador. I want a labracadabrador. That's fantastic. That's my new word for tomorrow. Yeah, he got a new dog. Yeah, what did he get? Big, massive thing. A row of teeth in an arse. Yeah, what do you call it? A labradabrador. They'd show you the door after you'd say that. Hemmingbird, it's great to see you though. Yes, it says, Gibbo Ireland is here. Only 5 sleeps to go, he says. Yeah, baby. Hope all is well. Gibbo, it's great to see you, man. Now, Paparazzi, the devil, has subscribed at tier 1 for 276 years. Paparazzi, you absolute legend. The reason why I have to make them up because this chat screen doesn't show the amounts. I have to go to another screen to see the amounts. Thank you very much indeed, man. I nearly dropped me thing with the oak, with the stuff. Anyway, Bill Barrett is here. Hello, Bill. Good to see you. Let me see. Simon20, welcome aboard. Now, we're at MDA009 is here. He says, morning, everyone. 12 months in, and today is my last day of work for 3 weeks. Up the yard. Do you know what? 3 weeks off. I get 3 days off. MDA, let's swap jobs just, you know, for the crack. It'll be grand. Totally fine. Toto is here. Happy midweekage all. And to you, Toto. Good to see you, man. Now, Martel, good to see you. Lex is in the house. Welcome in, man. It deserves a round of applause. Oh, Jesus. Shuffle Shoes. Shuffles in. Evening, John. Hope you're well. SK Sun is here watching us over on YouTube. You're very welcome in, my dude. Zythy, who's making the tea? Are you making the tea? Awful parched there, Raj. Are you making the tea? Are you making the tea? Do you remember that scene out of Podge and Raj? Who's making the tea? Zythy, I'm onto you, man. I know you watched Podge and Raj. Brilliant. But you're very welcome in. Good to see you. Now, let me see. Is that my phone? Right, we're over here, look. Localizer 36. You're very welcome aboard. Great to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to share it with us. You're very welcome. Now, let me see. Who else is on? Oh, wait. Who else is off till after Christmas, says Quaggy. I did rub it in, Quaggy. Big Carlo is here. It's good to see you, Big Carlo. You're very welcome aboard, man. P.S. Miranda, he says, Jesus, almost late for the news. Also, hello there. Good to see you, P.S. Miranda. How are things? Gibbo asks a very important question. One that, you know, is important. And, well, he says, Murph, where's the next hub after this one and the next one and the one after that? Where's that then? It's fine. Dougal McTavish, the German. Very welcome aboard to Dougal. Hope you're well. Happy Wednesday. Now, let me see. We're catching up. Nathan Wildhorn, good to see you. He says, good evening from San Diego, California. A very good day to you from Tipperary in Ireland. You're very welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, the 207 kind of has the look about it only a mother could love and her brother-in-law would... A mother could love, right? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It has curves in all the wrong places. But I like that. It adds a bit of character. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's the sort of plane that, you know... If you were in like a plane club, right? And you know the way these car clubs go on, right? Anyway, you'd have these plane clubs and you walked out to the ramp or the plane parking lot and someone saw that and they were like, yo, look at that. Yeah. And you'd be there with the key in your hand going, yeah, I wonder who owns that. Oh, I forgot me phone. I'll be back in a while, lads. You let everyone fly away and then you ramble out while there's no one looking and get into your plane. It's one of those sort of planes. I think it's nice though. It's lovely. Anyway, where are we at? We're over here, look. New Hub Day, says Rambog Mord. Hello, Rambog Mord. It is New Hub Day. Exciting times. Goblin Zeus is here. It's good to see you. The Limbics working from home this morning on this Thursday morning. The Limbics is literally in the future. Tell us, what's Thursday like? The Limbics. Is it grand? We're still Wednesday here. It's so-so. Oz Nomad, good morning, everyone. He says, 3 sleeps to go. You see, those of you, English Murph, you can do it. Go on, you can try it. Those of you down under, and under the bit that's down under, you're in the future. So Christmas is coming early. I wonder, could you do that? Could you could you take off on Christmas Day? Wait now. No, hang on. Could you take off on Christmas Day in Australia, fly like a devil and land somewhere on Christmas Eve in order to be Christmas Day a second time? There's a challenge for the community. Let me know. But yes, Stick Figure is here. Just what goes on in my head. Stick Figure, it's good to see you. Now, would you look at the state of those lights? No expense spared. Right. Do you know what I mean? I think they're fantastic. They really kind of brighten up the place. Where's Hemmingbird when you need her? Give us a pun there quick. Now, Jesus, Gibbo. Finish work today for Christmas, says Cy120. You divil. There's also a mini update for The Sim. Finally, the release notes mention fixed issue with players disappearing in multiplayer. Wait, what? Did it? Nights up, I didn't even see that. Megan Trainor. Tarmo 10k, good to see you. Dana. What's a Dana? No. What did Dana sing? Gibbo, you have all her albums. What did Dana sing? Violent Yutani. Guten Abend, mein friend. Oh, you're very welcome here this evening. Good to see you, man. Lapland. Is that where you'll find your cat? Did you see what you did there? Did you see the picture of my cat? My cat's name is Cat. We call her Cat. We tried Mittens for a while, but she didn't respond to Mittens. And I felt weird. Mittens. What are you saying? Cat. Come here, Cat. I needed a manly name, Yes, we have a feline. You don't call it a cat. Yes. We have an exotic feline. Oh, yes. Cat. We call it Cat. A catastrophe or, cat. Sounded way better down in the pub. Who be this now? Ollie Dobson, good to see you. He says, hey pal, happy Christmas. Love your streams. I've been struggling with depression and current. Well, Ollie Dobson, you're very welcome in. And forget all of that now for the moment. It's grand, right? It's totally fine. Everything's grand because when we get to, do you know what I mean? Hang out for these streams. The conversation we had last Monday, and I was going to talk about board games tonight. What was your favourite kind of board? Was it Snakes and Ladders? Do you remember? Does anyone remember Boggle? This is very kind of Polar Expressy, isn't it? Right? Do you remember Boggle? Klingon Boggle. Jesus, there was one for you. Monopoly, of course, Well, how do we get onto this? Let's not talk about board games. Next week, we're talking about shoes. But anyway, Ali, you don't worry at all. My dude, that's what we're here for. If you're ever feeling down, you drop us a little note and you say, the thing is doing a yoke. And we'll say, yes. I'll tell you a really bad joke. I've loads of them. Wait, have I? Yeah, no, I'll come up with one now in a minute, right? It'll be grand, totally fine. But you're very welcome in. It's good to see you. So are we getting a new hub or something, says Muse fan. Muse, if I didn't already tell you, tonight we're announcing a brand new hub for Firefly Air, the virtual airline of the flying circus, our community, and it's exciting times. Dana was a devil on the base. Oh, she was a devil for the base. Was she? Jesus. Postmodern jukebox, the brilliant version of the same song. Tiger Shark is here, good to see you. Obsessed, the lot of you. Nice, Sepp, brilliant. Now, where are we at? So what's the hub then? Dougal hides under the sofa and he finds Wombat's wallet. Not to be confused with a pub, we are not opening a new pub. No, afraid not. Although I do have to set up Murph's Bar. That's a different story. Now, James747, James, very good evening to you. Hope all is well. The polar bear is here. Terrible, he says. I thought my partner's birthday is on Friday. Nope, it was today. She informed me just before 1600 hours. Thank goodness I gave her a birthday present months ago. There was a fast visit to the local Tesco after work to buy cake, chocolates, and more chocolates and a card. I guess I'd be buying her a kitchen as soon as the part of the ongoing apologies. Now, polar bear, listen, this is what you need to do, right? This is right. Now, this is how you kind of break it down and you explain things to your partner, right? If you forget an important date. You start off with a little bit something like this. Darling, today it is a special day. In fact, hang on, start every feckin' day like that. When you wake up in the morning, immediately cue the music. Doesn't matter if she has bad breath or farted during the night. Doesn't matter. Darling, today is a special day. It is a day we give thanks and we remember about things that we've done. And we remember about other things and we give thanks to those things. And then a little bit later on, we'll reflect some more of some things and we'll give thanks for the things that we are thankful for. And then she'll look at you, right, as if now someone just kind of gave her some sort of disturbing news about aliens or something, and right? And then you kind of say to her, yeah, I've been feeling kind of, inside myself recently. And that'll throw her off. But she'll start letting out some clues, you see, just don't worry about it. And listen, don't worry about today. It's not that important. Let's just focus on you. There's your clue. Don't worry about today. And you'd be like, no. Today was so important. It's and write this stuff down, man. And then eventually the entire psychology has been reversed and all will be well in the realm. And if it doesn't happen, I would start doing the relay or the high jump or even hurdles. Or what's that other one? Dodgeball. Start practicing. Jesus, because when she does go to hit you, you need to duck. Fast. Like ridiculously fast. You're going to need the reflexes of a cat. Do you know? We got you covered, Polar Bear. We got you covered. Now, where are we at? We're over here before I get in all sorts of trouble. I prefer him blurry on Twitch. I don't think I could cope with a 4K, Murphy. Jesus, though. That was already fair enough. I have to agree with you. Strap21 is here. Hello, Strap. Onboard simulations. Hi, chaps. You're very welcome in. Now, we're up here somewhere. Gary Duggan, good to see you. He said, it's a good evening to you and good morning from me. Welcome in, man. Double Fly is here. Welcome aboard. The lovely Kaharia has rambled in. Hello, Kaharia. Hope you're well. Now, I am off until forever. Murph, you're in HDR High Dynamic Rugged. I'll take it, Woggy. Scorpio 49 rambles in. Good evening, Murph, and all in chat. I took the Coronado PC-12 out for a spin today. 5 minutes from landing, FPS gradually dropped to 6. Latest sim update must have broken it again. Looks like the SWS will be digging it into my wallet before Christmas. They're almost incomparable. The SWS PC-12 and Coronado's one. And I like the Coronado one. The SWS one, totally different league. Totally. Miranda! Ladies and gentlemen, Miranda has finally got Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can we get some cheer emotes or something? I don't know, dance maybe, guitars, pints of Guinness. Right, get the emotes into the chat for today is a joyous day. Miranda has gotten the sim. Brilliant! Microsoft Flight Simulator, responsible for you staying up very late at night for one more flight. From now until, that time. Jesus. Great news, great news. Look at this biggie, just look at that bit. Where did he come from? Jabison 2001, the man, myth, and legend, has rambled into the chat, gracing us with his presence. Hail, Jabison 2001. Hope you're well, man. How's she cutting? Real Sim Pilot is here. Good to see you, man. Happy Wednesday. 6 Knots is in the house. How are you, Kieran? How did the painting go? Right, I know all about it. I think Santa needs a Vulcan to help with the deliveries. That's a very good idea. Real Sim Pilot is like, the 207 is disgusting. I love it. Right, brilliant. English must fail many. Wait, what? Epic Fool, good evening. I can't even say that. That's how friggin'... Right, English, terrible bad. I'm very bad at it. American Samoa, anywhere west pretty much. Huh? Concorde flight. Oh, that could do it, actually, yeah. Oh, American, yeah. Now, I'm catching up. Husker 2 is here, good to see you. Flipper Alloy, welcome aboard. DeBlaze is here. Muse Fan says, do you remember the time we all mitched off to the Dana concert? My cat's name is Mittens, shut up, you. Oh, wait, is it? What was my cat's name? Balls. What's my cat's... Could be in trouble there. No, wait. Hang on a second. I'm almost certain our cat's name used to be Mittens before we just called it Cat. I'm almost certain of it. Or I just stole Gibbo's cat's name. I could do these things. Anyway, it's not important. It's just really not. Bellbro says, rambling in late, but sort of in time. Happy Newsage Day, all. Hey, Murph. Great to have made it for the stream. Did I just call myself Morph? Did I just say Morph? Hello, Bellbro. You're very welcome. Wombat49 is here. Wombat, protect the wallet with angst and just. Now, Cataclysm. Oh, that's very good, Wayland. Brilliant. I remember Bogey. Oh, Boggle. Bogey. Jefferson remembers Boggle. That looks and spells nothing like Bogey. Do you remember Boggle? They had to time you as well. Yes, let's see how good your education was. Huh? Do you know, Escape from Cadiz. Oh no, wait, Colditz. Huh? Cluedo. Oh, do you remember Cluedo? Brilliant. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping well, man. Now we're catching up here. Renoir, good to see you. Now, where are we at now? Jesus, I once forgot a girlfriend's birthday because it was the first Monday night football game of the season. I never saw her again. Brilliant. That's brilliant, Husker 2. Give us like, Murph, you're down to 10 viewers. Oh, Jesus, is it that bad? It is. Whoa, sorry about that. Come back. You were all great crack. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Right. Maddie Lowsley, good to see you. Now, we're catching up. Listen to this man, folks. He got away with building a new man cave instead of a new kitchen he has been promising for ages. Yes. I have a very understanding and patient wife. I'm very terribly lucky to have a very understanding and patient wife, but she once hit me with a frying pan, so, you know, it evens, it's level flame, it's grand. Ibanez is here. He says, did I make it in time for a change? Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you. B. Carl's like, now I'm questioning resubbing. I listen to one ear and the information goes out the other ear. Yeah. Appreciate the advice, Murph. It's just like Oprah, says the polar bear. Right? I'd be a fantastic Oprah, wouldn't I? Jez, it'd be great crack altogether. Saidi says the FPS drops down in the Coronado. It's from the bottom of the screen. Don't turn it on. All right. Here we go. All the emotes in there for Miranda look brilliant. Now we have Dr. Murph, the family psychologist. I tell you what. Do you remember Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil, I've this terrible itch I can't scratch. I tell you what. Remember him? He was great until he wasn't. Chiba Hawk, hello there. Good to see you. And if I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yes. Here with this, York, thank you very much for the subscribe. You're very welcome aboard. Good to see you. Now, his cat's name was Balls. No, it wasn't. It's Cat. It's Balls. It's not, what was that? Oh, jeez. Did you hear that hiss? It wasn't the cat. I have one of them gadgets. It's behind me here on the shelf of many things. Look, I'll show you. I'll duck me head, though, because it's terribly embarrassing.
It's been 84 years.
Ah, shut up. Who asked you? Do you see that gadget over there? Look. It's beside the C-47. Beside the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Well, that's one of those... Febreze.
She's a fox. In French, she would be called La Renard.
There's all things
and she
happening.
would be hunted with only her cunning to protect her.
She's a babe.
She's a robo-babe. In Latin, she would be called Babia Majora.
If she were a president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln.
Right. Anyway, it's one of these, what's it actually called? Made in China. There's no name of this. There's no name of the thing. Who actually makes one of them? I just sprayed myself. That's the... Jesus, smells lovely though. Jesus, what was that? Dr. Evil. Just my hand smells lovely now. Huh? Yeah. What's after happening? There's things happening. Jesus, look. Ewald, you mad devil. He's after gifting 10 tier 1 subs. We're supposed to be doing the news. Ewald, you mad devil, you. Thank you very much indeed. 10 tier 1 subs, look. Holy crap. Thank you very, very much indeed. Jesus. You legend, you. And then MDA subscribed at a tier 3 for 12 months. We said, Jesus, lads, it's all happening now. An air freshener to muffle Murph's farts. Are you mad? It's an air freshener.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Imagine saying things like that. We need to see the cat streaming with you. Immediately, if not sooner. She hopped up here yesterday. She hasn't come into this room since I got my new...
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I got my new bit of kind of flexi pipe. Now, the size is quite deceiving, right? But this gadget, it's an exhaust, friends. This here is an air conditioning exhaust. There's more stuff happening. It's an aircon exhaust, right? And I need to run it from the aircon gadget-a-rooney. Can you see it? It's just there. Up the back wall and into the corner over there. And I ordered 5 meters of it. And it's condensed here into a nice little package. But I'm unsure, is the devil going to stretch where I need it to stretch? And ever since I put that in there, the cat has kind of been like, I'm not going in there, you mad? Right, do you know, so it's all, it'll be grand. Anyway, Buy it now, down from your local boots. Ed to Murph. Ed to toilet. Jeez, it smells lovely. Murph, cats don't like air fresheners. They're not good for the lungs. Right, good point. Dennis is here. Good to see you, Dennis. Right. Paparazzi, air freshener. Yeah. That got out of hand fairly quick, didn't it? Right, anyway. Real question I have. Does the cat meow in a Dublin accent? Yes, she does. She has different types of meows. When Mr. Two-Tone is going to give her, like, food, she's like, say please, and the cat goes, meow. That was a good meow. Jesus. I could always have a fallback job into doing a cat voiceover, right? Anyway, so she goes meow for Mrs. Two-Tone, but then when I say, you know, say meow, she kind of looks at me. What? Say please. Yeah, what? What? Say please. Meow, you stupid cat. It's nothing, right? Nothing. But yet, when I get in from work, I did get the weirdest meow ever. And I imagine it's kind of like, oh, for God's sake, this human is back. You know, meow. Or, you know, that was slightly exaggerated. I'll give you the proper one. Meow. That sort of a sound, right? That's the sound of a man losing his will. But yes, anyway, meow, have you got any money for the Lewis? What's going on here, meow? It's meow or never. Hello, all is normal, I assume. Not crazy at all. Energizer, it's good to see you. That's a donkey, Murph. Huh? He always says that. Hee-haw, hee-haw. He always says that. That was brilliant. We're here till tomorrow. Cow meow, cow meow. Okay, Murph is lost.
Look at this big Egypt.
I never had it to begin with. But anyway, right, time to pause this because we've loads of news, lads. That's why we're here, isn't it? Yes, Murph, it is. We just stop talking rubbish.
Can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. So we're here for the news. Right, here we go. All together now, just sit back into your chair and everything's going to be fine. So, here's a bit of news. Pixel Planes and Aerosoft. Well, they've released the Breezer Sport for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I can't download it because their website is jagged. It's not working, right? And so far, so good. Right, so this was released by Aerosoft. We got a bit of news of this about a week ago. So, our news tonight brought to us by msfsaddons.com. A big, massive shout out to Vashko. And we also have news coming in from FS Elite. Hello to Callum and all the lads. And indeed, Sergio Costa from Heli Simmer. 3 of the best websites in the world to get all your flight simulation news. And if you're lazy like me, well, you'll just listen to me read from them. You're right, you know. I read them really well, though. Terribly well. In fact... Yeah, right. Anyway, just as we anticipated, just a few days ago, the German Breezer Sport is now available for the sim. Aerosoft is bringing this project to market. It's actually developed by Pixel Planes, and it's priced at around €20 plus tax. The Breezer Sport, a 2-seater ultralight aircraft constructed using classic aluminium, designed as a low-wing monoplane with a cruciform tailplane. Cruciform? Never heard of it. Anyway. The aircraft features side-by-side seating, retractable landing gear, landing flaps, catering to both aesthetic appeal and functional efficiency. There's a video trailer here we'll have a quick gawk at now. It's from Aviation Lads, and these lads make the absolute best videos in the business. But because we're, you know, on YouTube and the other thing, we can't play its official music, so I'm going to put my own bit of a soundtrack to it so we have something to listen to. That kind of works. So, let's check out The Devil. very pretty looking, I have to say. It looks beautiful. It's somewhere along kind of the VL or, a Lancer or, do you know what I mean? It's in that kind of a range of an airplane. But I have to say, it looks very, very nice indeed. It's a German-built aircraft, and it's an ultralight category. And the thing has some impressive features, considering an ultralight retractable landing gear, a full glass canopy, and modern avionics. It looks absolutely superb, to be honest. And aviation lads, again, they do absolutely amazing, amazing videos. So it's equipped with a Rotax a 915 ISC engine, known for its robust performance. The engine powers the aircraft through a gearbox connected to a new form 2-blade variable pitch propeller, promising reliability and a dynamic flying experience. So, in terms of the interior design, well, you saw a little bit there from the footage. It boasts very high-resolution textures on the main glare shield. The seats look fantastic, and of course, it boasts the AS3 touch instrumentation and a simplified RS flight menu. You can see the modern avionics in there as well. The checklist: animated tablet offering various functions such as a safety pin, pitot cover, and controls for the canopy, and even the baggage. It's available now, and you can pick it up over on the Aerosoft store. But every time I try to log into it, it has a moment. Invalid form token. Cannot get on the train without a valid ticket. So Aerosoft, you need to fix your stuff. What do you think of that one, lads? It's a nice it's a very fresh looking general aviation airplane. It's kind of pretty. Now, kind of looks like the the VL3 Wayland. Very, very close to it indeed. Cockspur dev team. Seb, where are we at? You're very welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Aerosoft, yeah, it's kind of like, remember the last time we bought something from it? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's one of those. But anyway, they're the publishers.
Can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. They're the publishers, Aerosoft, and the developer is Pixel Planes. So yeah, I'll check it out. We'll probably show this one off next week. Anyway, moving on, and an aircraft we're going to take a closer look at tonight is that of the Cessna, the 207. The TA variant is a turbo Stationair, and they also released City Update 5. So, our last update before the Christmas season, we'll scroll down here to the famous flyer number 8, the Cessna Stationair. Second major release today from the Microsoft flight team, a legend in the world of light civilian utility aircraft. It's a single-engine turbocharged variant of the Model 207. Now, Cessna called these kind of the 205, 206 and 207 families. We'll do a bit of a read into it later on. But the capabilities, right? It comes with 3 different variants. A general aviation with passenger seating. It has cargo seating. And it also has a parachuting, what are they called? Skydiving gadget. And that's the one I'm loaded into now. And we'll have a look in a little bit. It's pretty plain. And, well, Carenado, you know, but even like once you hear the name Carenado, you know that the visuals are going to be outstandingly good. Carenado have just a wonderful knack of producing some of the most detailed models and aesthetically pleasing aircraft in the business. They look incredible, right? They can get a little bit samey when it comes to flight dynamics or how you expect the aircraft to handle a little bit of the systems as well. But definitely as an aircraft, just to jump in and go for a flight and kind of have an adventure in, they're more than capable of delivering on that regard. It's priced keenly at $14.99, depending on your version of the sim. If you have the super duper premium deluxe, well, it's only $10. So it's not exactly it's not exactly expensive. So there's huge value brought into a beautiful looking airplane, right? Cruising speed of this thing about 185 miles an hour, 26,000 feet, and it's powered by a turbocharged 6-cylinder piston engine. It's available now. So as I said, we're going to be checking that one out here now in a couple of moments, right? It's beautiful. First and last purchase from Aerosoft was the Flight Sims 195. DeBlaze, what do you think of that? Now let me see. Avgas, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Not something they'd only make big airliners and might get abandoned. Yeah, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. But yeah, we'll be checking it out here now. So if you're thinking about it, well, do be sure to keep watching and we'll have a look. Now, in other news, AnyBuilds are flat out. They're doing their fantastic holiday sales. There's multiple days of massive savings. Keep an eye on them. I know you guys have been posting them on Discord. I'm retweeting the tweets on Twitter. It's not Twitter, it's X. I'm Xing the X's. But anyway, AnyBuilds are flat out, and they have now released a trailer for their upcoming A300 600 series, and it's coming to Microsoft Flight Sim in just a couple of days, lads. A new airliner is on the way. So Some may have forgotten this, but AnyBuilds reminding us today that their A300 is lined up to release for the sim this year. The historic wide-body Airliner, the first aircraft from Airbus, has been in development for a while, and the AnyBuilds team has unleashed today a long list of details about the product. They explain the development team has been rigorously beta testing, refining features, and preparing for the imminent launch. AnyBuilds as a staged launch prepared that will see the initial version of the A300 deployed before the end of this month. Subsequently, the team is gearing up to fix or to issue a hotfix patch in January, including the submission to the Xbox Marketplace, following by a new update with the Pratt & Whitney engines and also a full CPDLC and ACAR simulation during Q1 of 2024. Finally, the Epic Mod variant later in the year, presumably featuring more features and in-depth systems that'll follow on a little bit later. The initial version coming this month, right? This is what we're going to get. Detailed custom FMS with SIDS, stars, section of flight plans, custom VNAV and LNAV, altitude and speed constraints, and holes. Independent FMS with state-of-the-art high-resolution cockpit displays. Custom system rendition, including bespoke hydraulic, electrical, pressurization, fuel operation, including the unique A300-600 trim tank functionality. Cautions and warnings triggered by poor maintenance. Realistic RNAV and auto-land capability has been modelled. Unique behavioural characteristics of the A300 throughout each system for most excellent immersive experience. Party on. Wait, who always said it was most excellent? Wasn't that, Bill and Ted? Do you remember Bill and Ted? Excellent. Remember them? Brilliant. Anyway, where's this now? Extensively tuned flight model to capture the A300-600 characteristics, including accurate performance, landing and takeoff behaviour. Accurate rendition of the General Electric, the CF6 engines. Pratt & Whitney are going to follow soon. And custom maintenance functions, including engine oil, APU oil, hydraulic fluid, wheel brake wear, and tyre wear. Outstanding visual fidelity includes new and optimized PBR textures up to 8K quality, a reworked cockpit 3D model, and also a new exterior for the passenger and freighter variants, a plethora of Easter eggs and eye candy associated with maintenance options and other abnormal situations, such as brake wear indicators, fuel panel, and so on. Realistic door arming simulation with emergency slides modelled on the passenger variant only, and a contemporary set of realistic and fictional liveries courtesy of the AnyBuilds painting team. The sounds, they have a full W-wise sound set, 3D environment recordings from the real aircraft, advanced implementation of the environment such as the exterior, cabin, the cockpit, and they have authentically modelled the buzz saw sounds of the CF6s, dynamically balanced depending on the N1. Additional, like, we can get into this. Let's look at it quick trailer. Again, this one, I play my own bit of music, but it looks incredible. Hang on there now. That didn't really work. We'll do one of these. Yeah. This absolutely works. Check it out. The feature list is huge. There's a whole lot going on with this airplane, and we know it's going to release very, very soon indeed. This is going to be a cracker from AnyBuilds. Anyone who has the A310s in Microsoft Flight Sim, or the A310, it's a super plane, and it's so unique for an Airbus going all the way back. For me, I think it definitely has to be the cargo variant. It's just, yes, I need that in my life. Trailer here is done really, really well, and as I said, we can expect to see this aircraft in the sim in the coming days, lads. Coming days. Isn't that exciting, right? So where are we at down here? The last bit of news then. The trailer, it is stunning. It's clearly a mighty effort from a team that has already brought us the A310. And beside the excitement of seeing Airbus first creations come to the simulator, we can hope but wonder what the uncharacteristic, or English Murph, the uncharacteristically detailed A380 is doing in the trailer. Anyone spot that? Did anyone spot the sight of an A380? Hang on. Wait now, you devil. Need I say any more, right? Look at the state of that. Look at the detail on it. Looks very good, right? Looks very, very good. So yeah. So I've no details on the price yet, lads. Is there anything here? No. I have information, but it'll be shared kind of once I'm allowed to share it. But I didn't actually cop the price. It looks very good. Is this an airliner on your list? I mean, is this something you're interested in? Let me know. It's I don't know, like a part of me is like, ugh, another Airbus or another Boeing. Do you know what I mean? But like these all have, if the developers can focus on the unique characteristics, I think they're onto a really good thing. And this one seems to have a ton of features going for it. Very exciting. Now, speaking of A380s, fly-by-wire, well, they've previewed a new image. What? We forgot all about this. Well, we didn't, but like, we didn't hear anything. So, fly-by-wire and their highly anticipated Airbus A380, well, some fresh eye candy. 4 new images of the aircraft were shared on the developer's Discord channel, offering a new look at the external model of the aircraft, particularly focusing on the engines and the underside, but also a glimpse into the A380's FMS. The fly-by-wire A380 looks undeniably stunning. They're English. I knew I'd get there. In these new images, we saw a little bit of the EFB before, and now the full screen is presented in all its glory. What do you think, lads? Looks very fancy indeed, right? For those who might need a refresher, the fly-by-wire A380 is a highly anticipated add-on for the sim. The project, developed as freeware, right? Certainly one of the most highly anticipated airliners currently in development for the sim. It's been in development for almost 3 years now. Huh? Crazy, right? Didn't the Irish invent airliners? Yes, they did. They absolutely did. So yeah, so you can see here from some of the shots, like it looks like it's coming along really, really well, right? I know a lot of people are really looking forward to an A380. Haven't a clue on the release date of this thing. But with fly-by-wire, you can imagine the standards. I mean, the A321X is excellent, and it's free as well. Like, it's a huge project. But it's exciting to see more photos coming out there now, just to kind of remind us, hey, there's literally a massive project in development. So, yeah, let's see where this one goes. Do you know what I mean? The Limbics, looking forward to it. Look forward to the KC135. Yeah, Sean, that's going to be awesome. Shu Foster, good to see you. He says the Classics collection totally misses the mark until they provide a Comet or a 707. I'd love to see a Comet. And also, I don't know if we can get an Nimrod in there as well. Though the Comet wasn't the safest thing. Didn't that like have all sorts of issues? But anyway, the A380, new images on the way. It's still very much in development by fly-by-wire. Now, another highly anticipated airplane is that of the Boeing 777 from PMDG. And PMDG say they have entered the beta testing for this aircraft. And just to kind of put a bit of, ice on this, when the 737s entered beta testing, the beta testing periods went on for months, 3 to 6 months, I believe. But anyway, it's good to see, and we have a new image. It shows off the interior, which is showing business class of the 777. Positive signs regarding the development. Robert Randazzo has been on the PMDG forums, aiming for a release in 2024. That's what they're hoping for. I'm not getting an alert or a notification there, and I can't see it. Where are you? Thank you for subscribing, The Ghost. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers, man. But yeah, so experience of Microsoft Flight Sim, they're saying that the development process is actually running quite smooth now because the team have experience with Microsoft Flight Sim. They've expanded their own team working on the aircraft, and they also have some new tools and capabilities that kind of came from the 737s. Now, PMDG are also working on the 737 MAX, but I believe the 777 is coming next, possibly then the MAX. But they've also mentioned here that their 747 is also well underway also, which is great news. If you're into the airliners, it's absolutely brilliant. So they plan to reveal aspects of the 777 in the coming weeks. The primary focus remains on testing, on the testing cycle and integrating the feedback from the beta phase. Formal previews will follow, offering deeper insights into the aircraft features and capabilities. But for now, besides the landing gear shots from a few days ago, there's also a new image depicting the passenger cabin. Nice. So, more news is kind of some news from PMDG. Interesting. Now, this one released, and we saw all the chat on Discord about it. Fantastic, right? CJ Simulations Raphael is now available in the sim. And if you pick it up, well, you can only pick it up in the sim. There is a Discord channel that you can go ahead and grab weapons modifications that will model the aircraft weapons. I even think there's an air-to-ground camera or a target camera that you can have a look at it there as well. But anyway, CJ Simulations, joint venture between a developer codenamed Jack and Dean Crawford from DC Designs, have announced the release of the CJS Raphael. It's now available in the in-sim marketplace. It's a little bit pricey, this one. It ain't cheap. And it has some very real and loud competition, be it from Heat Blur with India Fox Deco's, their F-14, which also received an update this week. The Raphael is designed to undertake various combat missions, including air superiority, air defense, close air support, reconnaissance, anti-ship strikes, and even nuclear deterrent. The real-world counterpart of the aircraft entered the French Navy in 2004 and the French Air Force in 2006. It's quite a modern aircraft. And when it comes to the cockpit of the thing, it's very, very clean, very modern, very glassy, right? Again, there's a quick trailer here. We'll pop it up here in the background. It's $34.99. Like, it ain't cheap at all, but it's a beautiful looking airplane. Now, in saying that, there is a freeware Raphael in the sim that just got an update the other day over on flightsim.to. Anyone who has this, I think they're very happy with it. It's probably one of the best that they've put out there so far. CJ Sim also released, was it the F-22? So they've kind of built on that experience, and they've made a very, very nice looking aircraft. I think the exterior model here is superbly done. The textures, some of the best I've seen. And when it comes to the interior, well, it's intentionally clean. If I was in charge and I had a pilot returning one of these back and it was dirt, I'd burst them. You'll be out, clean it, get your toothbrushes, right? But it's an awesome aircraft, and as I said, there is a weapons pack that can be downloaded from FlightSim or from Discord, right? Anyway, it's available now inside the marketplace if you want to give it an old bash. And the reports I've gotten back so far on it are pretty good. I have it. I need to test fly it and have a bit of crack with it. But it's a nice fighter that's now available in the sim as well. Ask CJ to add the green hood seen from the outside on the Eurofighter, says Tarnish. Clean like the real one. Yeah, the F-22 was top Mac. Beg your pardon. Pardon has been begged. Yes, Michelangelo fan, indeed. The Raphael is excellent, yeah. I preferred the Donatello. Yeah, okay, sorry, that was Top Mac Studios. What else did CJ release? Oh, the Eurofighter. It was the Eurofighter, sorry. Yeah. That is what the enlisted swine are for. Very good. Yes. You're not your weekend pass is revoked. Speaking of which, did you see the trailer for Masters of the Air? They dropped a new trailer. Looks fantastic. Anyway, this aircraft is available now through the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace, priced at $34.99. Now, here's a bit of news, and it comes back over on our Discord as well. Mentioned earlier, the F-111 Aardvark is going to soar into Microsoft Flight Sim this week, right? This week. So GKS, you might say, who? They've released an aircraft in the sim already. They've released a MiG-21, I think it was. And it wasn't bad. Nice detail on it. This looks really nice. This is like the predecessor of the the former of the F-14, really. I mean, she has that swept wings. Beautiful beautiful plane, the F-111, and it seems to be in stunning detail here. It looks beautiful, right? Maybe a little bit shiny underneath, but the cockpit looks amazing, have to say. Great textures here. Everything's looking really, really nice. Anyone ever flown one of these before? It's raining again this week. I'm telling you, Wombat. But yeah, it's this thing looks incredible, right? Attention to detail isn't just a preference, it's a way of life. Our F-111E Aardvark add-on is tailored for the true connoisseur of American aviation. Take to the virtual skies in an aircraft that's as American as apple pie. right? So this announcement was over on the official forums yesterday. I'm expecting to see this release this week. So the F-111 aardvark also making its way into the sim. Looks very nice. I'm looking forward to flying it. It'd be interesting to see the full feature list. Now, moving on, we have news here, because I saw it on our Discord. Nate was telling me all about it. Delta Simulations have released a work-in-progress native UH-60 Black Hawk for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, this one here, a work in progress, so don't expect a fully finished and polished product. It's not, and it's noticeable, so keep that in mind. But you can expect it to be usable in the sim, so you can at least have fun with a Black Hawk. You can download it from the GitHub repository. Make sure you're on the release page, which is linked here. And this is all thanks to Sergio Costa. It's not available on the Xbox. It has to be manually installed. But we saw Colonel Fork flying this a while ago. And it's work in progress. They want feedback, obviously, from the community to keep making it better. I've messed around in it. It handles so uniquely, right? And I mean that in a good way. You get a real sense of weight of this helicopter. It's pretty cool. So if you like the chopper flying, well, it's free. You can pick it up now. We'll link it in the description later on, or just head on over to helisimmer.com. You'll see the link there for the Delta Simulations UH-60 Black Hawk, right? And then put on Black Hawk down, and do you know what I mean? Epic Fool, our resident helicopter connoisseur, says, can confirm it is usable. Well, if Epic Fool is able to fly it, well, that's good enough for me, right? Because Epic does all the chopper stuff. So yeah, it's nice. It's cool. Now, moving on, DCS, a free DCS mission pack. I love this job. Version 3 is out. Version 3 of the free mission pack for DCS, where the Huey is the star of the show, is now out. Blind Mankind Simulations love their job as well, it seems, as updates to the mission pack keep on coming. The scenery pack, which is said puts the Huey into the centre of action, it now offers 17 missions for your flying pleasure on the map of Syria. Version 3 was released to cope with the changes that Eagle Dynamics have made to the map, which moved the position of the hospital helipad and some buildings located in the industrial areas, making it so that some missions were impossible to complete or had some weird behaviours. Some other fixes and corrections were added as well, and the update is not just about fixes. A no timer option was added to remove the time pressure of players, which makes it so that injured characters won't die or bombs won't have a timer, for example. There's also a new search and rescue mission. A ship lost control, crashed into the shore, and it's up to you to save the day. One of the missions was also moved to the highest hotel in the city, and 7 random different landing spots were added around the building as well. So it's a free mission pack for DCS, for the Huey, and if you like DCS and Hueys, well, do be sure to get it. Now, while we're talking about DCS and missions, Gordon over on our Discord earlier on gave me a link. This is called DCS Olympus, right? I'll play the trailer here now. Can't play the music, but effectively what this is genius and a potential game changer for the sim. Effectively what this does for DCS, it allows you to take control, almost like a live editor, if you like, when it comes to creating missions, adding in assets, giving them flight plans, all that sort of jazz. And it moves away from the time-consuming aspect, if you like, of creating all these missions from scratch using the kind of default stuff, right? So much so, you can actually use this bit of software if you just wanted to do kind of, real-time strategy without actually having to fly. I mean, you can just use the moving map and see everything happen, right? You can add in aircraft. You can see it, play DCS. It's like an RTS. How cool is that? It works with all the mods, including the combined arms, so you can get tanks and all sorts of stuff thrown in there as well. There's no scripting required. It's just click, drag, drop, and tell it what to do. The fascinating thing about all of this, love this, mess with your friends, spawn 30 friggin' planes behind them. Could you imagine? What's amazing about this is for free. What? This is free. So you can actually pick this up for your DCS and it will completely transform your experience. DCS is one thing when you're flying, the flight sim element of it, learning the aircraft and so on. But when you want to start dabbling with the combat, some of the missions that come with the aircraft, again, there could be a fairly steep learning curve, and getting into the mission editor, well, it's another 17 weeks of study, right? This changes the game completely. I mean, you just fire this thing up, have a look, and then you're good to go. So, huge news. So it's for free, right? You can download it from the GitHub. Just do DCS Olympus. Just do a search for that and you'll see everything that's there. It's fantastic, right? Now, moving on, we do have some scenery news. AnyBuilds released Dubai City POI pack for free. AnyBuilds, I'm telling you, they're out the door, lads. In a surprise announcement, AnyBuilds have released a brand new Dubai City Point of Interest pack for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The new pack, Skydive Dubai and Landmarks, include a number of landmarks and features that have not been seen before in a flight simulator. Many of Dubai's iconic buildings are on full display in full HD with detailed modelling, and the JBR beach has been fully modelled, along with the city sprawling with yachts, jet skis, and even the iconic Dubai police cars. Iconic landmarks such as the observation wheel and the Burj Khalifa, I'm really bad at pronunciation, have also been recreated, and there's 20 other buildings and landmarks which have been included in this enhancement pack. Also included is a brand new lighting technology not yet seen before in Flight Sim, as it adds a bonus to Dubai's skydiving airport Oscar Mike Delta uniform. It's also been included. The POI pack is completely free of charge. There's a video here. Let's turn on the video and have a look at it. What does this one do? Jesus, this needs to be good now. No, hang on now. Yeah, that's kind of loud. Let's have a look at this, lads.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Doesn't it look amazing? It's free! What? This is free, lads. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's from AnyBuilds. A surprise announcement, they've released the Dubai City POI pack for free, and it looks absolutely stunning. What a playground. If you're flying the airliners in, if you're going out in the choppers, even taking out the 207 for some, skydiving action, well, this is definitely the one to check out. You can pick it up through the AnyBuilds store, and it's completely free of charge. Cannot believe it. What a gift at Christmas from AnyBuilds. It's amazing. I mean, they easily could have put a price tag on this at $10, right? Easily. They absolutely could have. But anyway, huge news from AnyBuilds. For free where it's insane. For pay where it will be insane. Yeah. Free. It's free, right? So grab it, lads. Absolutely grab it. Now, in other news, Jesus, I had to pronounce it. Nick told me how to pronounce this, and I'm after forgetting it. Nick, what was it? Drzevecki, I think it is. I used to say Drzevecki. Anyway, these lads, Drzevecki Design, they've released Boeing Field, Kilo Bravo Foxtrot India for Microsoft Flight Simulator. What? Another Boeing complex? Get out of town. After renting and of course paying Field, the developer now brings us the detailed rendition of Boeing Field, also known as King County International. The release offers a highly detailed virtual representation of one of the US's oldest operating airfields, located in the heart of Seattle. Boeing Field, nestled in the south of Seattle's bustling centre, is a living museum of aviation history. Established in 1928, it has witnessed the evolution of air travel from propellers to jet engines. Giuseppe Design meticulous attention to detail promises to bring this iconic airfield to life in the virtual skies, offering an immersive experience that's as close to reality as it gets. Now, it's a high quality model of the airport, featuring the up-to-date version with extensive details throughout the airport, FPS-friendly design with epic night textures, dynamic lighting, PBR materials with a high-definition mesh, custom animated people, vehicles and trains. Again, they talk about performance. They have the interiors modelled at all the terminal buildings, including the hangars and control towers, high-quality static aircraft, custom animations, custom animated jetways, even some custom sounds. And it's fully compatible with GSX Pro. Boeing Field has been integral to the Boeing company operations, particularly in the 1960s, when it was used for the initial assembly of the Boeing 737. The airport continues to be used for the final preparations and delivery of Boeing 737 aircraft, including a paint hangar and flight test facilities. Anyone looking at doing kind of cross the pond activities, well, Ryanair, you'll see them because they have tails. The Ryanair tails are on a number of aircraft on Google Maps looking at this. Pretty awesome, right? Anyway, something interesting here. The price for this is at $15. That's a considerable drop from Giuseppe Design because, well, you know, is it as big as the others? No. Is it any less quality? I don't think so. So if you're interested in adding more scenery to Seattle, especially if you like the Boeing aircraft flights, this one might be on your list. So they have released it and it can be picked up through the sim. You can pick it up through Aerosoft. Giuseppe will find their way onto pretty much all the resellers, and it's priced at around $15. So great news there. So also tonight we're going to be checking out, we're getting through it, City Update 5, the European cities. Well, they've just released it. The update was yesterday, I think. And well, Microsoft, Bing Maps and also Vexel have worked together to create more accurate looking cities thanks to the improved geographic information, tin surface modelling and improved texturing for the 3D modelling. The cities that have been updated include The Hague, Brussels, Koicha, I think it's pronounced, Croatia and of course Cadiz. You can get this update for free from the InSim Marketplace. There is a video that Microsoft released on it. We're going to check out some of the cities in real time tonight on the sim. The videos look stunning. Cadiz looks absolutely gorgeous. Looking forward to checking that out. I think for a lot of the updates when it comes to photogrammetry, we're like when we first saw this 3 years ago, we were blown away. We were like, holy crap, look at this. It's only when you get very up close to them, the likes of helicopter flying or whatever else, it's really starting to show the, you know, the melted textures and modeling, and it just looks weird, to be honest. But it's good to know that Microsoft and Asobo, well, they're working hard to improve this. And you can definitely see it from this update here now. And well, I want to see how it all happens within the sim, right? So we're going to check it out here now. So very interesting to see it. Now, all these new aircraft, when they're released, are they going to be forward and backwards compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim with the new Flight Sim 2024, asks Gary Duggan. The understanding is, Gary, yes, Microsoft have announced officially that the vast majority of add-ons from the third parties will work just fine in the next rendition of Microsoft Flight Sim. Read into that as you will. We haven't gotten much more updates from Microsoft about their upcoming sim. However, the general consensus is in the community, everything should be absolutely fine. Most, if not all, third-party developers have said, yeah, don't worry, we'll make sure the stuff works. A lot of developers actually said, we're going to look after this for free. And other developers said, well, we'll have a look at it when it happens. So fingers crossed, there's no kind of head-scratching moments. If you were to remember other... well, it depends, right? There's a lot of ifs in this, right? If you were to consider, you know, from Flight Sim 2004 to FSX, and if you look at the default, not even the default, if you look at some of the third-party aircraft released in Flight Sim 2004, and then when they got updated to fly in Flight Sim 10 or FSX, there were some differences. Of course there were. I mean, there was new lighting, there was all sorts of tech with shading and how textures worked, also the systems. So currently we have a couple of different model options when we go into the options inside Microsoft Flight Sim. We have these flight modeling, right, where we can have legacy or modern. I imagine when Flight Sim 2024 comes out, we'll have a similar kind of a button, right? Meaning that the existing engine for the aircraft will run just fine in Flight Sim 2024. However, aircraft that are specifically designed or updated to work in 2024, well, they might require a switch. That's just me with an idea. Who knows? I was right. I was wrong once. But you know what I mean? That's how I do it. Whether or not they can do it remains to be seen. But good news anyway. We got another free update for European cities. I can't say we dislike this sort of stuff. So it's great to see. Now we're nearly there, lads. X-Plane 12. What news do we have? Well, not a whole lot. However, Zonus have released Jackson Hole Airport for X-Plane 12. Wyoming's beautiful high-altitude airport in Grand Teton National Park has now come to the sim. Stunning high-altitude airport Jackson Hole in Kilo Juliet Alpha Charlie in the US state of Wyoming is brought to life in X-Plane 12. 1,900 meter runway, elevation of 6,500 feet. Jackson Hole is a challenging destination set among the breathtaking Grand Teton National Park. Major US carriers fly to Jackson Hole from across the country, bringing aircraft ranging from regional jets all the way up to the iconic 757. Some really nice pictures here. With the spectacular mountain ranges surrounding the airfield, the developer have included 500 kilometers squared of corrected high-resolution orthophoto, enhancing the experience for those who want to take in the sights in their general aviation aircraft. So get those cameras ready. So this is pretty good work from the developer. They've included a massive range around the airport with corrected ortho imagery. That's basically the satellite imagery in X-Plane. Some of the pictures you can see here, the ground vehicle or assets that Laminar use, some of them are good, some of them are just dated. They just don't look great at all. It's like a scaling issue or something. But when it comes to runway textures, the lighting is now superb. The elevation is all updated. The vegetation is super. X-Plane is still moving in the right direction, lads. So if you like like flying in the US, if you like flying an X-Plane, well, this airport, I'd definitely say you'd want to check it out. If anyone wants to see X-Plane content, if you have the sim and there's add-ons coming out, like any add-on for any sim, let me know. I'll fire it up and we can have a look at it on a live stream. Just if you've any questions before you want to buy it. So just let me know in the chat or in the comments below. Do you know what I mean? Grand T Tons, friend of all says. Thank you very much. What does Muse say? You didn't think you pronounced it properly, did you? That isn't how you pronounce it. Teton. Teton. Listen, right? I can give you place names of Ireland that I'd be laughing. You'd be here till next Tuesday trying to pronounce them, right? The amount of people who mispronounce Nace. I'm just saying, right? It's I'm not the byproduct or the end result or an endorsement for that matter for the Irish education system. But anyway, the last bit of news here before we move on to Firefly Air is for our Vatsim events. Highly recommend you guys checking these out. They happen most nights and then they have a whole load of Vatsim events on at the weekend. Vatsim, the virtual air traffic control network, essentially. It's what a way to enhance your flight simulation experience, right? And if you've never ever tried Vatsim, well, these events, just jump on, click on observer mode, right? If you're unsure about it, I need to publish that ATC ground course manual thingy that I did because it tells you how to connect to Vatsim and all this. They got plenty of stuff online. Anyway, jump on as an observer and just have a listen to what's happening, right? So what's pretty cool here, and it kind of ties in nicely with a brand new release from AnyBuilds, on Saturday, 1400 Zulu to 1700 Zulu, Dubai International, the Christmas rush hour. Right? So you're invited to the Christmas rush hour on December 23rd. Controllers will be glad to assist you whether you are leaving, arriving or continuing a connecting flight. Pick up your wide-body aircraft at this time to transport passengers back to their home nations during the busy season. There's going to be full ATC for the couple of hours in Dubai. I would expect that to be quite busy. So that could be a lot of fun, right? So yeah, pretty cool. Murph's ease of pronunciation Irish names comes from his ability to read everything. Balls. I've just been vipered in public. Just like that. Thank you, Viper. Right, so now, in our last bit of news here, lads, this is all terribly exciting, right? We have the results in. There's been a vote for the hub. And I am only delighted and excited to tell you where the new Firefly Air hub is going to operate. And it's going to be that of Pittsburgh International Airport, Kilo Papa, India, Tango. That is going to be the next hub for Firefly Air. It's been voted the top. Louisville came in second place, Charlotte in third, Nashville fourth, and Dulles in fifth. So, Pittsburgh International. So, what do we know about Pittsburgh International? Well, It's a joint public and military airport located in Pittsburgh. And it's in a place called Findlay Township and Moon Township in Pennsylvania in the United States. It opened 71 years ago, all the way back in 1952. It's an operating base for, who is it? Allegiant Air. And its elevation is at 366 metres or 1,200 feet. There are a ton of aircraft and airliners that operate out of this area, right? It also comes with a number of hubs. There are 4 terminals in this, concourse A, B, C and D, and there's also ground transportation, cargo area, and there's other facilities. There's a ton of stuff here. Air Canada, Alaska, Allegiant, American Airlines, Breeze, British Airways, Delta, Frontier, JetBlue, Southwest, Spirit, United. There's a ton of them. Some of the cargo operators, Amazon Air, FedEx and UPS, and some of the passengers that they hold, it's huge. Right, FedEx accounted for 50% of all the cargo traffic at the airport, followed by UPS at 33% and Amazon down at 5%. But it's pretty cool. There's a lot of history with the airport as well. But anyway, this has been voted as the newest hub. So expect to see flights and stuff generating soon from the Firefly Air admin team. And I want to thank everyone who voted. And basically how this works, when you're on a virtual airline, which we're terribly laid back, you don't need to worry about, procedures or whatever else. You can fly what you like, where you like. You achieve XP for every time you go flying. Right? Jesus, there's stuff happening. Black Ice Gabe, thank you very much indeed. You're in your lab, come on yourself. And I missed something else as well. Hang on now. Where was it? Memphis Ton is here as well. Thank you very much indeed. Memphis Ton. And Black Eyes Gabe, lads, thank you very, very much indeed for all the support. He's only brilliant. So check out our Discord. Go to twotonmurphy.com. twotonmurphy.com, and you'll see everything about Firefly Air, and Pittsburgh is our newest hub, so you can expect some flights. So a massive thanks to our admin team, and of course to everyone, all our pilots of Firefly Air, for flying, doing everything that you do, lads. Six Knots put it out the other day. We're about 16,000 points off our next target. Once we hit a certain target, we open a new hub. That comes with its own company routes, its own missions, ad hoc. There's a whole load of content for each and every hub. And now this will be our second hub in the United States, and very exciting indeed, flying here out of Pittsburgh. So massive news, and a huge thanks to everyone involved with Firefly Air. I'll show you this briefly. On the website, you can have a look here at Firefly Air, right? And there's a ton of information about Firefly Air. If you just click on Firefly Air on the TTM website, right? And when it loads in, it'll give you information. We have a full-blown wiki, how everything works. Initial setup, what do you do? How does it work? Why does it work? So on and so forth. We have all our hub information. We have a flight radar that's showing all the aircraft currently flying in our fleet. We have a route map. We have a stats console, which is being completely updated by Rambog Mord, and it's running very, very well indeed. It's so much faster. So you can see where we're at now. Our next target is 2 million. We're currently at 64,000, and the total hours flown for Firefly Air is some 82,000. We would have flown to the moon 121 times, and we're only 8 million miles left if we wanted to fly to Mars. It's absolutely amazing. The entire operation is ran by this FS Hub, and Bobby Allen, who owns FS Hub, and he has his own team as well. Great bunch of lads. They're flat out busy working on updates, including the new air economy. If you click on airlines, you can see where all the virtual airlines are, and you can join them and go flying with them, and you'll see all the routes that they have. So with Firefly Air, if you click on Firefly Air, it should load. If it doesn't, we'll go in here, and you can see all the routes that we have. So airline radar is there. You have a duty schedule. You've so much stuff here. So these are all our active pilots. We've got 24 people flying at the moment. You can click on them and see what they're doing, right? Where they're going, what they're doing, what are they flying, where they're flying, and so on and so forth. This is really cool, right? Also, we can browse all our routes, your departure airports, be it all our hubs, right? And there's so many of these. Like, there's thousands now at this stage. And then you have a duty schedule, which is really awesome. Let's say, for example, right, I want to fly out of Zurich, okay? I have 1 hour to fly, because I got to go to bed, or I need to, comb my hair or something. The minimum leg distance, let's give it 50 miles. The maximum leg distance, let's give that maybe 75 miles. Generate a duty schedule. So the gadget goes off into the background and says, this is your duty schedule, which is fairly similar to what a real pilot, when they arrive, and they might get in a week in advance, this is what you're doing today. So this one here says, right, we want you to go from Zurich to Bern, Bern to Zurich, Zurich to Aargau, it looks like, and then Aargau back to Zurich. And that's your duty schedule. When you fly all of this, you generate XP, but you also get bonuses because you're just adding more and more onto them. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, the last bit of news when it comes to how all of this system works with your simulator. I mean, this is for Xbox and PC. PC pilots download a little add-on called the Landing Rate Monitor, and Xbox pilots just need to manually submit what's called a PIREP. PIREP stands for Pilot Report. It's a real world thing. So you just submit that manually. You put in your takeoff or your departure, your destination, what you flew in, and it'll look after the rest. This is what a PIREP looks like. And then we ask if you can put in an old screenshot or something, because, well, it's an honor system, right? I mean, you can sit there and say, I flew to the Martian countryside in a Cessna 172. I mean, you're not, right? But, this is how you do it. LRM, the Landing Rate Monitor, which is what PC pilots use, and that tracks the actual aircraft in real time, including the landing rate, G-forces, how much fuel. It's a lot more detailed because it can talk directly to the sim. How it talks to the sim at the moment is using a program called FSU IPC, Rob Dawson's product. And it works, but some people have issues with it. Bobby is working very hard on activating the new version of LRM, and that will forget about FSU IPC. It's just going to use Sim Connect. The work he's doing now, it's very close, as in we're hoping to see it in a couple of days. He's also testing this inside the Xbox infrastructure, which could be huge. This could be huge, meaning that, well, Xbox pilots will be able to avail of the extra kind of bits and bobs. If you never want to fly for a virtual airline, FS Hub is incredible because you have a full run logbook. I saw people discussing about logbooks earlier on, and yeah, Volanta is very, very good. But this one, this will look at every single flight you've done based on you having LRM activated, and it'll give you a full rundown of your flight. So here's a flight I did from Inverness to Aldergrove in the TBM. When I did it, what my fuel was on takeoff and landing, gross weight, the heading, speed, pitch, wind, landing rate, so on and so forth. It even gives you a full map, and it even gives you a flight chart showing you your speed and altitude. This is where you can go back and actually look at what it is you were doing in the first place. It's very, very good. This entire service, lads, the entire thing is free. It's all free. Not to mention, there's a brand new element coming very, very soon, and it's called Aeroconomy. Anyone who's used the likes of, say, Just Flight's, what was that one called? Air Manager or Air Hauler, right? If you've ever used, I haven't used it in years, the FS Economy, right? It's kind of like that. It links everything in together, meaning that you can fly for yourself as a private pilot and generate money and buy your own aircraft, or you can fly for virtual airlines. And every time you fly, well, the airline gets a cut of it. And then, you buy buildings, you expand hubs, you have maintenance on your aircraft. There are so many features. We're going to need a full dedicated stream for it, which I'm planning once Bobby's ready. And because there's already a lot of posts on the new forums for FS Hub and for Aeroconomy. But we'll do a couple of videos and kind of do the hand holding of, no, this is how you do it. We'll break it down into much, much more easy to understand sections of it, right? But all I can say is there is a ton of features coming. Now, if you're just happy the way FS Hub is right now with Firefly Air and you're not interested in Aeroconomy, that's absolutely fine. You won't see any changes. You'll see a couple of enhancements, quality of life things, and we're still going to be creating content for it. This is aimed at giving those who like that little bit more, well, an option to do a little bit more. Very exciting. So huge, absolutely brilliant news. Right, into the sim we go, because we need to look at an airplane. Yes, friends, we're at that stage. It's time to look at an airplane. And this is the brand new release from Microsoft. It's Coronado who built it, and it is that of the Cessna 207. Now, the 207, its heritage goes all the way back from 1962, and it was developed originally from the Cessna 210. It's a big old bus, this one, right? It's known primarily as the Stationair. It used to be called the Super Skywagon and Super Skylane. They're a family of single-engine general aviation aircraft with a fixed landing gear, used in commercial air services as well as personal use. So the Cessna 207 was a 7 and later 8-seat development of the 206, achieved by stretching the design by a further 45 inches to allow space for more seats. The nose section was extended 18 inches by adding a constant section nose baggage compartment between the passenger compartment and the engine firewall. The aft section was extended by 27 inches by inserting a constant area section in the fuselage. It was introduced in 1969, featuring a Continental IO 520 of 300 horsepower. Bit of oomph in this. A turbocharged version, which is this one, was equipped with the 520G, the same output. At the beginning of the production, the model was called the 207 Skywagon. In 77, the name was changed to Stationair. 1977 also saw a change of the engine on the turbocharged version to a Continental TS IO 520M, giving it 310 horsepower. The 207 added a seat in 1980. It was known as the Stationair 8. The production of the 207 was completed in 1984, just 2 years before the 206 production was halted. A total of 626 207s were manufactured. Quite a bit of this, right? Let's go in and have a look. So we know straight away, as I said, it's Cameron.
Can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. Who's looking for that? We already know when it comes to Coronado, they make beautiful looking aircraft. I mean, they really do. And you can see it here. I mean, this thing looks gorgeous. Now, you might say, no, it doesn't, Murph. It's horrendous. Grand, but the modelling and texture work is gorgeous, right? It's done really, really well. Do you know what I had to do the other day, lads? I rolled back my graphics driver. I was getting stutters all the time. So I'm now running NVIDIA's November game ready drivers. I'm still getting stutters, but nowhere near as bad. So if anyone has stutters, roll back your NVIDIA drivers, right? But yeah, it's Coronado. It is that of a Coronado, yes. However, we flew the 182 the other day. It's a really
Dreamy,
nice
sleepy,
airplane.
nighty, snoozy, snooze.
That was terrifying, Muttley. We flew the we flew the 182 the other day, and it's really nice to fly. And then this one, well, what's it all about, right? So it looks the part straight away. It's modelled to a very high degree, and the texture work is Coronado, as I said, like they're some of the best in the business. Look at the cut of the textures. Fantastic stuff, right? And even the details when it comes to the wheels and the struts and everything that's going on here, well, it's all done to a very high standard. Baby, yeah. A very high standard, right? Very nice for the general aviation enthusiasts. This is what it's all about. Look at the detail here on the steps. Look at the friggin' nuts and bolts. I mean, would you come on out of that, would you? All right, beautiful. And we all know Murph loves a dirty board. I do. Look at that dirt and that, right? Fantastic. Even look at the brakes, look. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Great work here by Coronado, right? Now, it comes with 3 variants, passenger, cargo, and this one for skydiving. And you'll notice that, well, they've even modelled in the skydiving door. Aero skydiving with the wind flap, and that's a material. That's like a canvas that rolls up. I'll show you all that now in a second. Also, if you look up here, again, it's attention to detail. Look at that coil spring there, right? Onto the main VHF radio. Like, it's done really, really well. It's a very pretty airplane. I don't think it's brand new to Coronado. They made this before on other platforms. But visually, get out of town. This thing looks the part, right? So, with that said, let's jump inside the cockpit and see what it's all about in here. So, welcome to the cockpit. Now, you'll notice Coronado started doing this, and to be honest, it's not actually bad. I kind of like it. They've tinted the windows. They've put this kind of a bluish kind of a tint in there, which isn't a terribly bad idea because, well, I think it adds to the experience a little bit. You know what I mean? Beautiful reflections here in the sun visors. Again, you can open the air vents and the sounds change based on the position of those air vents, right? As we look around here, again, look at the textures on the friggin' seatbelt. I mean, do you know what I mean? You just want to reach out and grab a hold of it, do you know? So some of the nice little extras that Coronado includes, well, you can open the windows, and there's all sounds for these. Open the doors, right? If you work our way back here into the cabin, for the parachute variant, well, they've included a bit of modelling here. Very nice Xbox sun visor or eye goggle thingy majig, and of course all your suits and stuff. And then you can see this door, the emergency procedure, keep calm. No, calm, right? But if you just click on this, that's it, done, dusted. And it gives you a sound, it's like a texture sound. That's down to it, right? So if you look at it now from the exterior with it all rolled up, well, it's kind of nice, right? It didn't just disappear. It actually just kept it there. It's nice. Attention to detail. Bargain, thank you very much indeed. Twitch Prime, man. If I've missed anyone doing a thing, lads, thank you very, very much indeed. You're too kind. You're ridiculously kind. Thank you very, very much indeed. So, zesty beverage on a Wednesday night. So, back in here now, Murph, and we should go to Hall. We're going to close that. And we'll close our own pilot door. And keep the window open here as well. Seth Plays, thank you very much indeed for the follow. Good to see you, man. So you can do the same with the passenger door. Open the window. Open the door. Nice. So what else do we have here we can show you? Well, the overhead, if you like, which there isn't really an overhead. However, you do have floodlight or flood panel lights. I'll show you all the lighting here now in a moment. Your sun visors work, and again, they have beautiful reflections built into them. You'll see all that now once we start this machine up. You'll notice that it has a there's a name for this. I wanted to call it a stabilator suspension mount. There's another fancy name. It's basically it's not a roll cage, but it's to do with keeping the fuselage kind of where it needs to be. Mainly if you look at the landing gear on this, right? They're not exactly Tundra, but they wouldn't be far off it. This thing is designed to, you know what I mean? So they've included that there, right? And it looks the job. It's definitely an experience. Now, if we have a look at the main panel, it is missing something that Coronado always release, and that, of course, is their little EFB, their little tablet. So there's no options here to, put in your very fancy GTN 750s, unfortunately. However, the 530 is more than capable. So we have a look at our main panel here. We can see our 6-pack is there. We have a little chronometer down here. We have a digital fuel flow or fuel indicator. None of the circuit breakers work. Again, it's Coronado. They don't delve into these systems. I wish they would. That's the park and brake, but they don't. So we have a battery and alternator. You have your auxiliary fuel pump, also an emergency fuel pump. You have your mag switches and ignition. You have lights. Avionics master, your external lights and pitot heat. Moving across, you can see that we have mixture, prop and throttle. Get those out. We have our trims for rudder and elevator. We have our fuel tank. There's no center tank on this, so it's a lot different than your kind of Cessna 172. It feeds from each wing, so you got to make sure you adjust that every now and again. You can see where our rudder pedals are. We also have our cowl flap. That's where they're located. We'll keep them open. We have our cabin heater and cabin air, and then we have a defroster over here as well. There's no carb heat on the aircraft because, well, you have your prop and mixture. Moving across to the right side, again, a couple of backup instruments. So we can see our fuel, we can see our amperemeter, we can see our cylinder head temperature, and oil pressure. We have our nice placards here, minimum fuel flows. These are all representative of the actual aircraft. We also have our manifold pressure and our fuel flow. That's all the gauges here. You've seen them before. Also your exhaust gas temperature with a moving needle to help you find your ideal mixture condition, lean or rich, right? What else do we have then? We have your engine RPM. Then we have our transponder, small little Garmin unit, the GTX 320. We have a Bendix King Cap 140 autopilot system. We also have the 87 TSD ADF. And of course, we have the Garmin GNS 530. And we have the Garmin radio panel up here. I think it's a 340, is it? Yeah, it's a 340. Underneath the glare shield, we have your approach plates, but that's essentially just a light switch. And I'll show you all the lights here now in a moment as well. Okay, so it seems to have a fair bit going on. Let's see what the thing can do, right? So, with that said, well, we're going to put some power into the aircraft. We'll turn on the battery. And I suppose we want to focus on the sounds, right? So as soon as you turn on the battery, you'll hear everything start warming up, spinning up and doing what it should. They're good, loud sounds, right? So we're going to put our mixture to rich. Our prop goes to full. We're going to open the throttle. And we're going to engage the auxiliary fuel pump. Now, there's two ways we can check this. You'll see fuel flow over here on your analog gauge, but you'll also see fuel flow here on your digital gauge. And if you increase your throttle, you'll see that fuel moving up. So they're working right off the bat. So nav and beacon lights come on. We shall now quietly speak out the window. Clear prop! And we'll go for the start. So we'll go right, left on both mags. Quick got to make sure there's no one there. And we'll go for an engine start. Let's have a listen. she's loud. Now that start, you don't actually hear a real ignition. You know what I mean? To me, it's a little bit muffled, but it's good when it's idling, right? It's good when it's idling. So let's continue on. So we can see oil pressure and temperature starting to rise. Our RPM is where it needs to be. We're going to lean our mixture here just a little bit because we're on the ground, and we're going to continue on with some of our flows. So we're going to go ahead and get our avionics master switch turned on. And while we're here, we're going to get some lighting turned on here as well, because I want to show you guys what this thing is like at night time. So with our avionics starting to power up, I shall reappear my lightages here. We'll turn on all our lights so we can show you full night time, what we're looking at. Alternator goes on, Murph, you need that. Right, so let's have a look at night time. Now granted, there is a bit of spill coming off the airport, but not much. So you have this red interior light, and you could be saying, Jesus Murph, it's terribly red in here. But don't worry about that now for the moment, right? We have the interior lights turned on. They're the white lights there. It's not bad, right? And if you start playing around with some of these switches, you'll kind of see what we mean, right? So there is a switch. Hang on, where's my torch? So there's a switch here and a switch here. Turn those off, and you'll see the impact they have on the glare shield. You can then turn off this plates light, which is here. So it leaves you to just kind of this, right? And there are some, like, to be fair, right, there are some nice kind of options when it comes to your aircraft lighting. They're not bad. It looks accurate to what it is. Do you know what I mean? So I like it, and I like that lighting as well. Particularly, I like that one. You know, she ain't bad at all. If you look at outside the aircraft, they've done a beautiful bloom on the main landing and taxi light, and I'll show you this now in a moment. So the normal nav lights, the beacon light, the strobe lights, they're all fine, but I think, you know, they've excelled here, because if you have a look at this landing light, there's a gorgeous kind of a bloom effect from it. I'll brighten up the exposure so you can see it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So like when you're flying this thing, I mean, it's very prominent out the window as you're flying, and it looks cool. It looks very, very nice indeed. So I think the night lighting is decent on the aircraft. I have no complaints there at all. So bring it back to where we were. When you're flying during the day, you have this beautiful kind of a red glow now of all your panel lighting. It looks fantastic, right? So the autopilot system works well. We'll keep everything on here for the moment. Transponder, we'll put it onto alt mode. And I'm going to taxi out just to see what it's all about, right? So we get a bit of sound. Oh, actually, hang on. External sounds. Let's have a listen, right? So we'll go down to idle and just have a listen here. They're not bad. It's a big kind of a grungy, real heavy sort of a gadget, isn't it? Right, so parking brake coming off. Bit of Tobii eye tracking. By the way, lads, I saw an email that the Tobii i5 is discounted by 20% over the next few days. So if you ever wanted to grab one, now is the time to grab one. You know what I mean? Right, we'll open our window here as we do a bit of taxiing. Let's go for a notch of flaps. Have a listen to the flaps. They're really good. Really, really rough, heavy flaps. Great. Now, I'm probably taking off in the wrong direction because of the wind, but sure, listen, it'll be grand, right? So we're going to get ourselves here lined up on the runway. Our plan is apply full power and just take off into the sky, and let's see what it's all about, right? You might find that you're quite low in your seating position. If you hit the spacebar by default, that'll raise you up. But it's entirely up to yourselves, right? So we're bringing to a stop here. Before we go, we're going to go mixture rich. Actually, do you know what I need to do? I'm going to do a very quick run-up test. You don't do this on the active runway, by the way, but we'll do one here, right? So parking brake is engaged. We're going to bring the RPM up to about 1800. Roughly there. All right. Turn up the L sound here, Murph. And a couple of things. We're going to first check the mags. So we're looking for a drop of about 50 to 100 RPM. So we'll go to left. There's the drop, back to both. Go to the right mag. There's the drop. We'll go back to both. We'll go ahead and cycle the prop. See a drop of RPM. We'll cycle it a second time. We should see a drop of fuel. And the third time, we should see an increase of manifold pressure. Yeah, that all checks out. So we're good. We're looking good. Run up complete. So flaps are set, transponder is on, Toby is back on, and well, let's get flying, shall we? So applying full power, windows are closed. Let's get vertical. So takeoff power set. Speed alive, there's 40. There's 60, we're getting light now. There's 70, yep, see daisy. Positive rate of climb, and we're indicating. There's 100 feet. Temperatures and pressures are good. We're going to bring that prop back a small bit now. So manifold pressure back to 30. Prop back to about 24.
This baby hits 88 miles per hour. You're gonna see some serious shit.
Go ahead and bring the flaps in. And we'll get ourselves trimmed out here. Alright. So here's the thing with the sounds, right? So I have those air vents open. Have a listen, right? You can hear the changes. If we open up the flap at the back, have a listen. So the sounds are quite good. To be fair, the sounds are quite good. Let's go external now, have a listen. Like, at the end of the day, lads, you're talking about an aircraft for $15 or even cheaper, depending on what you have, you know, what version of the sim, right? They're not bad. They're not bad. How many hours... How many of you keep your sim totally vanilla, no mods? Oh, not much. I have a guess that the Skydivers and Flight Sim 24 will work with this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We hope. Gianluca, this is... what? Jesus. What's the name of the airport? It's in Australia. I keep forgetting. Yankee Bravo Hotel Mike. I love it. Right, let's do a stall test. So we're going to cut the power. Start bringing that nose up. And let's see how she reacts to a stall, right? Absolutely perfect. Perfect. Let's try it again now. Now I want to see that stall horn react to my pitch, right? Let's have a listen. The stall behavior is actually correct. That's impressive. The vertical speed doesn't work. My vertical speed is working. Let's have a look. So let's see, can we get this level flight, right? Pull her up there now. Try and hold level flight. There's level flight. Let's try a climb, 500 feet a minute. Yeah, vertical speed is working, dude. What I found sometimes with the aircraft you download, the stall horn sounds are like your cat, mate. It doesn't stall, it wails. Yeah. I think when it comes to installing aircraft in the marketplace, if they don't behave right, restart the sim. If they still don't behave, delete it and reinstall it. I find that quite often. Do you know what I mean? Quite often. So I'm just going to circle back to the runway. It's just over here. What do you think of it, lads? Like, for the price point, there's enough kind of features when it comes to... The sounds aren't bad. Like, they're not terrible bad. They're probably not wonderful, but they're not bad, right? And the visuals are very, very nice. Like, they've done a great job making this plane look like it's actually this plane. It handles well. It's heavy. It's sluggish. The stall behavior is fairly on the ball. You know, the rudder inputs, the what are they called? The static gadgets, the wicks, they move. They're flapping around for everyone to see. Look, hang on, we get you a better camera angle. See these little gadgets here? They move, which is it's great seeing that. See them on the wing moving there, look. It's nice to see. It's the little things, you know what I mean? Seems nice enough, especially for the cost. Yeah, it's okay for the price. That's the point I'm making. One thing about Coronado, they're consistent and you know what you're going to get from them. Yeah. Not for me, but the price, how you could complain. Yeah, yeah. Like, I think anyone who likes the Cessnas, you know, if you like, in particular, if you want the bigger Cessnas, I think you're going to be happy with this, you know? If I were to say what's the best Cessna so far that Coronado have done, it's got to be the 182 RG. The best aeroplane I think the Coronado have done, very close to the 182. I still like the Mooney, you know? And the PC-12 up until recently was very good as well. Right, we'll take it in for a landing. Let's see what we can do here, lads. So we'll go for a notch of flaps. We're probably all over the shop, which we are. That's all okay. So prop full, mixture full, one notch of flaps. Let's see what happens. Speed 80. Second notch of flaps. Get the nose down here a little bit. Add in a small little bit of trim. And it's nice because you get 3 different variants, right? You get the passenger, the cargo, and the skydiving one. It's nice. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Dreamy,
so,
sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Sean Dale, you devil. Right, so a little bit of windage we need to aim off here. The textures inside are as good as the ones outside. They're really nicely done. Okay, so there's 70 knots over the threshold. Gently does it now, Murph. Alright, let's hold that nose. Lead the speed. Touchdown. Alright. Flaps in, bit of a manual brake, and we'll immediately get off the runway because there appears to be something about to land. Just flight traffic. There's also great kind of rattling sounds. You hear it like it's all rattling, rolling and creaking and doing all this sort of stuff. I love that. Absolutely love that. Didn't we go to this field for beer and sandwiches last week? We did, Sterling, we did. It's one of my favourite airports. It's one of the best airports I have for testing stuff. Because, well, it has mountains, it has water, it has weather. But it's also going to be fairly kind to your FPS because, well, it's an island. There's not much out here. The idling sounds are nice. So, parking brake on. Avionics off. Kill the mixture. The sim pauses. And that's it. The Stationair from Coronado. What do you think of it, lads? Is this something now you're saying, that's it, go on, you've twisted my arm? Or is it in fact, no, you're grand, Murph, it's another Cessna, we've plenty of these, thanks. It can't compare to the big boys in town, namely the A2A, the FS Reborn, and the SWS, and the FlySimware. I mean, let's be honest, they're probably the best, and Just Flight, they are the best in the business. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty good, the latter, yeah. It looks like one of Coronado's better entries. The Limbics, I would agree, it's for Coronado, this is good. Hands down, hands down. But yeah, the Twin Beach with the Denark mod is good fun. Oh, it is falling up. Yes. Yeah, that's really good, actually. That's really, really good. I have a Kodiak and a Black Square 208. I just don't need more in my hanger. It looks nice, though. Yeah, 100% on the dark. Not for me. Maybe Coronado are up in their game. For $10, I'd be able to see you in multiplayer. That's a very good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Flyman. Qantas have landed. I must be in Australia. We're sort of spoiled these days. After Black Square and the rest, it's very interesting to me personally. Or it isn't very interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you look at the likes of the Kodiak and the FS Reborn, the A2As, like, Black Square, like, when you look at that level of simulation when it comes to general aviation stuff, we are spoiled. We have some really, really awesome choices now. But again, this isn't bad. It's just not bad. Don't have the battery there. You're wasting all the electricity. So I thought it was good. Now, before we jump over, because I have a video to show you now in a second, I want to show out the... this could be fun trying to load this. I need to do a thing. That's not it. Here we go. So we want to go to Cadiz and start checking out. Oh, Jesus. Hamilton Airport is where we're at, lads, in Queensland. Hamilton. Right, so Cadiz. How do we get to Cadiz? Let's see here now. Airport in Cadiz. Cadiz Airport. Let me see. That would be Lima, wouldn't it? Lima, Charlie, Delta, Zulu. Oh. Need some curry. Does anyone have Cadiz? Friend, IKO, or coordinates? Cheesecake, absolutely. All I need is me flying cheesecake. Who's Blamo? Good to see you. Flew out this afternoon. Nice. We need a Black Square PC12 mod. Ooh. I don't know if you need their mod. I mean, Jesus, the SWS PC12 is full on, man. And there's more of that stuff coming. What's the IKO of Cadiz, lads? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Cadiz Airport. ICAO. LERT. Is that the closest? LERT. Let's have a look. Cadiz. Why aren't we getting the ICAO code? It's Egypt. Fallen Up says, one thing Coronado has, the plane models play very well in the multiplayer. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Why can't I get this now? IAT. Will it hardly come up with this, will it? CDZ. Jerez. That's close to Cadiz. Sure, let's go there. Cadiz is down here, lads, isn't it? Isn't that Cadiz? It's one of these. LERT. Yeah, you're right, actually, yeah. Right, let's just appear us there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We're on our way to Cadiz. It could be nighttime here. But I want to check out some of this new photogrammetry for the city update. We'll have a quick look at this, and then, as I said, we've an awesome video to show you here now in a minute. What have you guys thought so far of this update? Have you enjoyed it? Okay, don't worry about that plane. It's grand, Coronado. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. Totally fine. So let's get up here the yard. Get your bearings, Murph. And change the time of day. Okay. So we'll ramble over here and let's see what we can see, right? I'm still waiting for it to download. Oh, Jesus, really? Oh, dear. Okay, so we have a bit of photogrammetry coming in here, look. Okay, so we can see some stuff here with the port. That's kind of nice. Now again, you're not going to really get the benefit of this up close and personal. It's only when you kind of have a bit of altitude to it. Do you know what I mean? But this is nice here at the beach, look, isn't it? Yes. Beautiful bridges there. We have the port. But I suppose it's when you kind of get down and up close personal to it. Although that isn't terribly bad, is it? That isn't bad at all, actually. It's like a postcard, for God's sake. There's weirdness with the trees and stuff. I mean, look, if you really want to kind of show off, it's like, huh? What the? Ah, Jesus. That's the limitation you have of photogrammetry. But at the right height, flying over, cruising over this place, be it general aviation, not bad. If you're in an airliner, it's really not bad. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're boasting this new technology and also the new TIN or TIN data, which is actually quite good. I've noticed it's a lot brighter. At least this part of the world is. What do you think, lads? What do you reckon? Eagle Airways, good to see you, Aaron. I think it's decent. And like this is pretty much like this is what photogrammetry does. Like it's never going to be perfect. Like how did they miss that floating rock? Hello? Look at the state of that boat. The poor devil of a boat. But from up here it looks the part. That's photogrammetry. But I think like just flying over the region, it'll look nice. Like, what do we want more? Do we want more custom-made scenery packs with landmarks and actual 3D buildings? Right? Is that what we want for a sim? Or do we want this coming out from Microsoft? Because this is the argument that Austin will have about X-Plane every day of the week. He'll have buildings generated that are relatively high definition, making a believable world, versus what Microsoft are trying to put out there of saying, no, this is the world. This is a virtual world. I just think it still remains to this day the biggest limitation with photogrammetry, as awesome as it is, and it is awesome technology. It's only, you know, it's like, Jesus. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But it entirely depends on your type of flying, you know? I just had to fly around it. It looks good. There's one hilarious apocalyptic cruise liner. Yeah, we found this one. And that's not a cruise liner. That's just like a big boat. But look at the cut of it. It's like, right. Can we land on it? Oh, we can't. There's a hard surface there. Yes, you can land on that mysterious ship that looks like a ship that isn't. But you get up to your 2,000 feet or so, and it is absolutely stunning. Look at that. Now, that is impressive. Cool, look at the frigate. You get yourself up to about 2,000 feet, and man alive, isn't that something? Don't mind the weird jankiness there at the pier wall. What in the name of Jesus?
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works.
Every time.
Every time.
Like, I think we can all agree on this one, lads. Once you get yourself up to a little bit of altitude, it looks absolutely incredible. I mean, look at the state. That is pretty gorgeous now, I have to say. Will they ever fix that camera rotating bug? Jesus, for someone making videos, you'd be at it a long time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, from 1,000 feet upwards, it's incredible. Let's have a look at the night lighting. Give it a second to load in. Oh, yes, that's pretty. I'm going to bring up the exposure so you can see it a little bit better. How's that, lads? Ah, Jesus, that's very good, isn't it? That's very nice. Takes time to render. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's stunning. Oh, look, there's a stadium up here. Do you know, it was in Cadiz. Where's Gibbo? It was in Cadiz. Caesar saw... Cadiz against racism. Caesar saw a statue of Alexander and he wept because he said, Jesus, what have I done? That was in Cadiz. There's a bit of Roman history. Yeah. In real life, you don't fly lower than 500 feet in a built-up area. In some places, you don't fly below 2,000 feet. You know? No, I think that's quite good. I think it's quite good. So that's Cadiz. Let's go somewhere else, right? Weren't they saying Brussels? Yeah, Brussels was another one. Let's go to Brussels. You have to love flow. Isn't flow just the best thing since sliced pan? Brussels, EBBL. Is that Brussels? No, EBBR? Yeah. Let's go to Brussels. And where's the city? It's in here. And we'll appear ourselves at 1,000 feet. Let's see what happens here. So Brussels is another one we're going to be checking out here. Briefly. By the way, I forgot to mention, lads, and news on this later when the hub opens. There's fantastic freeware for Pittsburgh International. Really, really good freeware. Right, so here's me playing. Pause the sim. And let's go exploring in Brussels. It'll take a moment to render. Or not. Maybe the sim will just freeze. Come on, sim. Do your thing. Give it a second now. Give it a second. Alright, here we go. Jesus, now this is impressive. Again, at altitude? You need to be at altitude, lads. Holy crap, it's massive, isn't it? At altitude, it's phenomenal. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? What do you think? So from altitude, this is just stunning. If you want to get up close and personal to it, it'd be... Although... It's not the worst I've seen. Jesus, they actually have really good data for Brussels. That's incredible. I mean, you can still see the weirdness of it all, but like, overall, Jesus, that's amazing, isn't it? Photometry is great. Photogrammetry is great for taller buildings. I don't see a huge difference in them compared to the autogen ones. Maybe. That's incredible looking. Let's ramble over here to see what we can see. Now, having a fast internet connection absolutely helps here because it just renders things in quicker, downloads them quicker. Do you know what I mean? But this is nice. Look at this with all the trees here. Jesus, that's lovely. Oh, look, they have the mad gadget. What's the name of that thing of Majig? You ready for the AnyBuilds A300? Absolutely. Captain Ray, good to see you, man. I think that's an actual POI in the sim, isn't it? But like, that's the difference, right? That's what a 3D modeled texture looks like versus photogrammetry. With a car driving up and over it. Right? You know. We call it balls, yeah. We call it balls. That would look very different with AccuSeasons. Fair point. Yes, it would. Still, though, I think it's decent. It's a massive city, isn't it? Brussels, Jesus. Put it this way, like, it's a free update. You know what I mean? It's a free city pack, so, like everything, we can't go too bananas. Right, we'll check out one more, right? Let's have a look. That was Cadiz, Brussels, and will we check out Zagreb, will we? Does anyone have a ICAO for Zagreb? Let's see. Zagreb Airport. ICAO. Matt says, what LOD are you using, Murph? The draw distance is awesome. Well, wait till you see what I'm using. I must do this some, like, go through all my options again, right? That's control options, you muffet. Look at this now, you'll be shocked. Me LOD 100. Mad, isn't it? My LOD is set to 100. Which is, you know, that's basic stuff. LDZA, isn't it? LDZA. Is it? Zagreb?
That's a big 10-4, good
Is that right? Hey, Carlo! Thank you very much indeed. Twitch Prime, beat the Jesus. I had to rethink and I decided to resub. Thank you very, very much indeed, B. Carlo. Cheers, man. Right, we're going to Zagreb and we'll check it out. Thanks, lads. LZDA. What did I put in? Right, give it a second to load. Pause, you devil. Now, brighten up the old shop here. Now, this probably is not a fair representation because, as Dougal said, I'm using AccuSeason. So it's very hard to look beyond AccuSeason when there's so much trees in this city, right? So, again, let's just look at the quality of some of the buildings. I mean, it's not bad, is it? It really isn't bad. That's impressive. Look at the amount of trees here, though. Jesus. Yeah, this is not a good place to showcase. There are so many trees here. It's terribly... It's positively brown, isn't it? Positively brown. Hey, Catbat9 is here. Good to see you, Catbat. How are you, man? I'll ramble somewhere else. I'll do one more because, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad, though. Right, Zagreb is a bad idea. What about this one in Slovakia? Is it, how do you pronounce it? Is it Koisik? Let's have a look. Let's go to Slovakia. LZKZ. LZKZ. Here we go. And we want to find the city, which is up here. Now, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's an AccuSim. It's an AccuSim thing with the trees. That's the size they are. But check out the Hague as well, Gibbo. Yeah, 100%, man. Where is AccuSeason from? It's from Rex, R-E-X. It essentially... Oh, Jesus, that's terrifying. We have disappeared into the... We have disappeared... Right, all is well in the realm. Right. Slovakia, look. Again, there's too many... I've too many trees doing their thing. I thought I had the options for the trees turned down. I need to bring them down again. That's the joys of using Rex AccuSeason. It's automatic. You set it and forget it. You know what I mean? This is a beautiful area as well, look. The detailing is actually incredible. This one is really good. Look at the altitude we're at now and look how sharp the buildings are. That's not bad, lads. Sure it's not. Jesus, you can read phone numbers almost. You know what I mean? Look, you can almost read the names on the side of a truck. That's impressive. That's not too shabby at all. Right, let's do the last one here. We'll try the Hague very quickly. EHRD. Thanks, give up. Rotterdam. Where do we go here now? Isn't it up to the north a little bit? The Hague will be... There's Rotterdam. The Hague is... That's the Hague there, isn't it? No? Yes? No? Certainly? Maybe? I think it is. Let's go there. Right, let's go. Can you see any Skodas? None yet, but we will. We're on a mission to find Skodas. Is there an update coming for Dublin? Eagle Airways, Aaron, an update has dropped this evening. There's been a quick update to Dublin International Airport. I'm not entirely sure what they did, but yeah. You see, this really grinds my gears, right? So this is the Hague neck of the woods, but see the way you have that, like, how recognizable is that tile? So here's AI. Here's photogrammetry. But like, could they not have done color correcting on the friggin' tile? How hard is that? You know what I mean? It just looks weird. So you can clearly see the size of the tile that they updated. But like, can they not just do color? Just color correct the divil, lads, will you? You know what I mean? Anyway. 717. Ollie Bones, thank you very much. You just got a member. Thank you very much indeed. The gadget could be slow reacting, but very much appreciated. Yeah, that's a bit kind of a shock, isn't it? Go north. Oh no, there's photogrammetry here, look. This is definitely photogrammetry. Let's go and have a closer look. Let it render. There it is! Thank you very much indeed! You absolute legend. 717. Ollie Bones, thank you very much indeed, dude. Very much appreciated. Right, slow her down there now, Murph. BJ's right. Easy now. Well, I'll say this. I will say this. That, or this, without a shadow of a doubt, is some of the best friggin' photogrammetry I've actually ever seen. Look how sharp those building textures are. That is ridiculous. And I'm not very high here, look. Look at the state of that. That's really good, lads. Are you seeing it? Look at the cars and everything, sure, look. Let's maneuver on a little bit. You can see it loading in and sharpening in. But Jesus, that's extreme, that is. That's really good. Considering how low I am, right? What's this big massive factory or power station? Look at that. There's a bit of weirdness, but I'm sure it'll tighten up. Too many trees? Let's go downtown. Downtown. This looks nice, lads. Ah, yeah. So look at this. Jesus, Gibbo. Good call. The Hague has done really well. Sort of. Bar that clock tower. Ah, yeah. That's very good. And don't, like, look how low I am. Let's go to, like, a normal altitude, which should be even here, say, right? That's impressive, to say the least. That's very good. Isn't that very good? That's, isn't it?
Hello there.
Hello there. Look at that. Young Hills, thank you very much indeed. Now say it in Dutch. Isn't that weird? Died like a tiger. Look how good it looks. Jesus, that's fantastic, lads. You would have expected a lot more water or canals here, though. Yeah, the water masking isn't great. Like, that's more... Is that a canal or a river? What's a canal? All the boats. Yes, all the boats. You go mad for the boats here in Holland. Yeah. Ah, there's a few here, all right, Gibbo. Oh, there's a windmill! Brilliant! Yes, you found the windmill. It's a nice windmill. Ah, that's class. We found an old windmill. Asher, listen. I mean, you don't even have to leave your house anymore to go exploring. Do you know what I mean? I'm well impressed with this photogrammetry. This is probably some of the best resolution I've seen. And they're saying, like, they're constantly tweaking it and making it work. This is exceptionally good. For photogrammetry, hell yeah. And the performance as well. This is really good. There's another canal, Gibbo. Ah, there's loads of canals, sure, look. What do you think? Yeah, the roads need some serious work. But what do you think, lads? The Hague has done really well. I think Cadiz and the Hague are probably the best. And I'd say the Hague wins it. What's the night lighting like here? Let it give it a moment. Oh yes, right. I'm going to increase the exposure just so we can actually see what's going on. Is that okay, lads? Yeah, it's done really nice. Ah, yeah, it's stunning, lads. Look at that. Look at the colours. Yeah, that is pretty. That is pretty. Like, it's gas, right? We're looking at this now in today's day and we're saying, yeah, Jesus, that looks brilliant. Can you imagine where this technology is going to be even in 5 years' time? Do you know what I mean? Because, like, if you know, Microsoft are saying this is the future of when it comes to, this can only get better. That's the point I'm making. It's exciting to think how sharp or how good this will all become in a couple of years' time. Because, like, the natural evolution of any of this sort of technology, like, you see the advancements made in even like 1 or 2 years. It can be frightening. You know what I mean? It's mad. Interesting how the texture work here seems superior to Cadiz. Yeah, in terms of melted buildings and all that. Sterling, yeah, oh, yeah, 100%. Can you imagine 2024? Yeah, like, I don't know what 2024 is going to do in terms of a game changer, as in, holy moly, it'll be good, right? It'll be better than what we have, and that's saying something. But I'd say, like, 28 or even Jesus 32, then you'd be saying, holy moly, look at this. The Hague is done really well, I think. From a photogrammetry only perspective, I think it's done really, really well. It's very good photogrammetry. It's detailed. You can clearly see what you're looking at. And from a relatively low altitude, it's very, very good. You go to your slightly higher altitude, it looks even better. This is good, lads. This is very, very good. The trees still look kind of crap. But, like, Jorg admitted that he was saying, you know, he was never too happy with the trees. I think what Flight Sim 24 is going to do with this, the engine is going to say, oh, hang on, wait, you're a tree. I'm just going to draw you a tree and get rid of that, you know, weird looking melted blob of, right? Do you know what I mean? And maybe they can do something with the roads, who knows? But definitely when it comes to the trees, I mean, look what Rex is able to do with the trees in comparison. Even though they're default Microsoft Flight Sim trees, even just the color variant is different versus that of what we see on the photogrammetry. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something that will improve with 24. That's really impressive. They've done a great job with the Hague. It's you know, it's painful to look at where, you know, where's Patrick Stewart when you need him?
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
It literally is a line that's drawn here, that far, and no further. I mean, look at the contrasting differences where photogrammetry ends and satellite terrain takes over with the AI. That's an eyesore. That's the sort of stuff they need to work on and fix. You know what I mean? Seeing this makes me hope that Stockholm is just as good. Oh, wouldn't it be great? I take it SoFly's Explore the East Coast of USA isn't needed after the KPIT hub. The planning team will have many flights covered. Probably, Sean. Probably. Yeah. That's pretty awesome, lads. It's pretty awesome. Right, for our next trick here, friends, Gibbo Ireland, our good old pal, buddy Opal, has been out the door busy and he's done a review. This is for the mini cockpit, the mini FCU review, and that a lot of people are thinking about getting it, or they have it and they were wondering what it's all about. So Gibbo has put this video together for us. We're going to check it out. Let us know what you think. Is this bit of hardware for you? As I said, Gibbo, I can't remember the last time we did hardware. So this is awesome. So anyone is thinking about getting this, well, no better buckle than Gibbo Ireland to explain to us what to expect. So without further ado, let us begin. And I'll see you on the far side.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Gibbo here. Hope you're doing well. So I know when Murph hands over to me, it usually takes a second or two for him to figure out audio and video levels. Is it working, Murph? Is it working? Can you hear me?
Hang on a second. I did it first time. I was like on fire. I was brilliant. Right, I'll stop interrupting you.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, can I carry on? Okay, great. I'll restart. How you doing, everybody? Gibbo here. Hope you're doing well. So you may remember a couple of weeks ago, Murph and I did a show on Black Friday deals on our recommendations for Black Friday. One of the things that I mentioned was the Mini FCU from Mini Cockpit. It's a highly anticipated Airbus FCU device. That's a Kickstarter campaign that a lot of folks are interested in. Well, after months and months of waiting, it has finally arrived. Ooh. Is it any good? What do I think of it? Well, that's what we're going to jump in and talk about right now. So, folks, you know me. I've got no skin in the game here. I'll tell you honestly. I'll tell you straight. Is it any good? Is it worth your hard-earned? What are its pitfalls and its pros? I'll cover all that right now. So, back to the actual background of it, just by way of a brief recap. The Mini FCU is the first of 3 products due to be released under a Kickstarter program by Mini Cockpit. Here's the blurb from their site, and I gotta say, I was immediately sold when I first found this, hoping it would be a key new component in my setup for simming. The details, the quality, the simplicity, the ease of use, the looks definitely had me hooked. It's approximately 70% or so of the real FCU size in the A320, with a mini EFIS and a mini ECAM to follow to expand this to give the full functionality. I was aware as well of the compatibility that was there to start with in terms of the aircraft that I could work with in the sim. So I'm going to, for the crack, do my own little very scientific rating system where I'll give my honest and factual review based on price, the total price rather than just that of what it's advertised for, the hardware itself, what's its quality like, and the software needed and its ease of use. And overall, what matters most, its value is a good value, all things considered. All right, so let's jump straight into the price. Now, I didn't get a few of the spots available where the cheapest price of $99 was offered, but I did get the next level after that, which was an early bird at, well, what is it, 1,240 Hong Kong dollars, which, when I convert that, worked out roughly at about 145 euros. A few weeks ago, I got an email stating that I had to fill in shipping info for my order to be fulfilled, where I got the nice shock of a further cost. Let me just make sure that Mrs. Gibbo isn't around. Doors closed, yeah. Which was $128 to include shipping, but also import duty and tax. So the total cost was 261 euros. 261 euros. So look, I'm not giving out, but the total cost, of course, from my location differs from everybody else, but it wasn't advertised. It was very different from the price that I kind of expected. Maybe it's my fault, so I'm just letting you know. 261 euros. Now, look, if that wasn't complicated enough, if you visit the web shop there today, while it's stated as being sold out, the price listed is 250 euros, which includes shipping, which is good, but excludes duty and tax. So a surprise additional cost could still remain. Just watch out. Now, it is worth mentioning here once again that WinWing are planning to do an FCU. It's a full-size FCU in 2024. And the price? $99. And that includes shipping and taxes as well. Now, that's an early bird offer and increases to a max of $130 thereafter. So, yeah, interesting. So, back to my rating. It's no shock, folks, but I have no choice but to give it a very scientific rating of a thumbs down on price. I mean, I appreciate it's early adopter, but still, 260 euros compared to $130. Yeah, it has to be a thumbs down, I'm afraid. Okay, so next up is the hardware itself. I did mention it before. It is light. It comes in at just over £1 or so. It does have that V1 type of feel to it with, the materials being okay. Oh, it's kind of stuck down there. It's popped back up. With the rubberized feet do help, and the expandability, as I say, for future devices. There's a mini ECAM and EFIS coming in due course, which will go alongside it this way in order to give you a full functionality. As I said about the buttons, they do feel good. I'll show you a lot more of them in a moment, trust me. And the clarity of the LEDs as well, I gotta say, is outstanding. They are really stunning. And yeah, the feels good, albeit with plastic buttons and knobs and dials. So, as mentioned, I am always honest. So I do have to comment on light spill that I've come across that I can see coming through the case from the LEDs. And the shortest USB cable known to man comes in the box, necessitating you to use your own USB cable, which itself, after lots of troubleshooting, was the reason I experienced a runaway speed dial, as you can see here. Now, swapping out the USB cable did resolve the problem. A high quality USB cable is a must with this. So overall, the hardware is okay. As I say, it's definitely a V1 product. However, I'm sure these things will be buttoned up further in future revisions. Okay, moving on to software. You download the data link software, which is buried in the wiki on the Mini Cockpit website, and well, there's not really much to it. Not much to customize or get wrong here. It allows you to assign the expedite button to flight director or landing system. It has a reset button if you might need it, and tells you the status, green or red. Hardware is if your hardware is connected okay. Add-on is if everything is working in the sim. I don't know, but for me, I don't think it's missing anything really here. What else you might want it to do? There's not much. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward and to the point. I like it. So software for me gets a thumbs up. And then finally, value. What does it offer? Well, let's remind ourselves of the aircraft supported. We have the Asobo A320, the fly-by-wire A320neo, the Headwings A330, and partial support for the Phoenix. Interestingly, it's mentioned here that SPAT.NEXT support is being worked on, which will be huge and in my humble opinion could really make or break this device by opening it up further. They also mention on their watch list is the Latin VF4, A320 and A330, as well as the upcoming Aerosoft A330. Okay, so with that in mind, let's start off in the default Asobo A320. I bumped up the audio here so you could hear the tactile noises of what I'm doing too. What I'm really trying to show you here is the responsiveness. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay, so you get the idea. It works really well, and as expected in the default A320. It has a nice feel, is super responsive, and yeah, sounds good too. So, what's it like in the air? honestly, it does what I expected and what I wanted. What more could I ask for? So it's the same for the fly-by-wire, so I won't repeat that, but we'll move on now to the Phoenix. We know there's partial support for the Phoenix, so let's check that out. By the way, I meant to show you the software and what that looks like when you're in a compatible aircraft. You get 2 greens. So it has functionality that works, just not the displays. Apparently that's due to a licensing issue with Phoenix, which is a real shame. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving out because I expected this. It was well communicated on their website that you would not have full compatibility with the Phoenix. But it is still a shame, right? I mean, that's the best Airbus in the sim, hands down. So hopefully they can sort it out because the displays are obviously a key part of this device. Okay, so they don't advertise the PMDG 737 on their site, but would it work? Is there any chance at all? Let's give that a go next. Look, I know it's an Airbus FCU. I know it's an Airbus FCU, but it would have been cool, wouldn't it, if it worked with the 737? Okay, that was a bust, unfortunately. What about GA aircraft? Let's jump into a TBM and see if that's any different. And that's a negative rubber ducky. It's a shame. It's a shame. So for overall value, it is doing what it states. So I'm not knocking it at all for that. But just in terms of overall value, for me, the complete package for full functionality to work, you must be flying either the Asobo or fly-by-wire or headwind aircraft. That's kind of it. Whether it's a value to you really comes down to that. Do you fly those aircraft regularly in order to justify the purchase? You need to factor in the build quality. You need to factor in the price. And for me, as it sits right now, there's the doorbell. There's the doorbell. How was the postman? Look at what's just arrived. Guess from who?
Yeah, baby.
Murph. What were you thinking, man? Lined clogs. They're not clogs, they're Crocs. I don't care what you call them. They're Crocs. Look at this thing. He even got me size. How'd you get me size right? If you think I'm wearing... Now, if I got a lighter... I do not have a lighter. Oh, Murph. This is not stage, folks. I mean, this is not stage. As I'm filming this, these arrived from Murph. Oh, dear God. Look at the... Oh, the cut of them. Do they... Sport mode? Non-sport mode. Sport mode. That is funny, but that's the only funny thing about these. The state of them, man. No, I'm not even putting my hand in them. Right. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Murph. I will treasure them and wear them daily. I promise. Yeah, promise. Okay, folks, sorry. Where was I? Okay, I was trying to get this wrapped up. Okay. So back to overall value. Yes, it does do what it states. I'm not knocking it for that. It's tough to keep on topic here. But just in terms of overall value, the full functionality, you need to have the Asobo, the fly-by-wire, or the headwind aircraft for it to work. And really comes down to whether or not you fly them and whether or not it justifies a purchase for you as a result. You need to factor in the build quality and the price. So for me, as it sits right now, it's good. It's good. It's just not amazing. If you're interested in this, my honest recommendation would be to wait. Wait to see what happens after the Kickstarter demand kind of dies down. They're still fulfilling the original batch of orders. I'm lucky to have got mine. I realize that, even at €261. So wait for the Kickstarter demand to die down. Wait for it to mature a little so the likes of Spad and Phoenix perhaps can get their hands on it and actually, you know, if there's enough noise from the community, maybe it'll change things and opening it up more. And of course, wait to see what Wings who are working on their own full FCU are doing in the background. The latest I hear there is perhaps it might be as soon as March 2024. So not too far away to wait. So that's my review of the Mini FCU from Mini Cockpit. So, yeah, before I go, just one last thing.
He shoots. He scores!
Yeah, listen, thanks for giving me a shoe size. Oh, yeah. No, €261 he spent. Oh, yeah. Right, I better go now, right? Right, go on. Right, yeah, how are you? Nothing went on there at all. Gibbo, yeah, you need to have a chat with your missus. She's furious.
I got a glass case of emotion.
Can we just say... Johnny Aardvark, thank you very much indeed. Can we just say, and can we get a whole load of Gibbo emotes into the chat? Wasn't that an incredible review? I didn't watch that. I said, no, I'll leave it sit there until later on. Gibbo, top-notch stuff, man. That was awesome.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works.
Every time. Absolutely great stuff there by Gibbo. And them Crocs, pull them out of the bin. Fairly lively now. Fairly lively. You want them out of the bin. Old man Wilco, good to see you, man. So yeah, fantastic stuff, wasn't it? Brilliant. And like, I was looking at that bit of hardware and I was thinking, yeah, that could be pretty cool. But like, I want to use it on other aircraft. And yes, we all know it's designed for Airbus. But like, look at the Thrustmaster stuff, right? The Boeing yoke works on any aircraft. The Airbus side stick works on any aircraft. For not terribly less of that sort of price range, here's a bit of kit that will only work with Airbus and it won't actually work with the best in the business, being the Phoenix. For me, based on what I've watched from Gibbo, I'm not going to get that. Let's have a look at the Windwing solution that's hopefully coming out in Q1 or 2 of next year. If that's something that you want to get and it's going to expand your home cockpit, it's pretty cool looking stuff. But mighty job, Gibbo, mighty job. But you may talk to the missus now. You're in trouble, lad. But anyway, listen, that kind of covers it. What do you guys think of tonight? I mean, of everything that we saw, be it in the news, the review, or even the hardware review there from Gibbo, what did you like the most? Is there something now that you're saying, Jesus, just as well we watched that because what was going to happen? Has it potentially saved you doing a thing? Or maybe it's, you're going to buy a thing because of that review. Do let me know and see what you think. We need to check out the Virpil stuff. He sets the bar so high, I can't even replicate. Me doing a hardware review, they'd be like, yeah, here's a cover off the camera. And it's nice. It's fantastic. And I think you should get it. that's pretty much the level of Murph. But yes, the new hub at KPIT, yeah, huge news. Not being fully compatible with the Phoenix is a deal breaker. Absolutely. Think we'll see WinWing or WinWing in Vegas. Oh, 100%. 100%. Let me see now. Interested if I can use it with other aircraft, says Mr. 90. Yeah, the compatibility issue is a major deal breaker. It really is. Murph, did we take a look at Dubai POI? We did, Energizer, yes, earlier on the stream. A review on the best stick, you know, right? People kept stopping to look as I was trying to record 10 seconds. I've chucking them into the bin in the Lessons of Rain. To take them out of the bin, Gibbo. Because if you didn't, don't fret. Another pair will be rushed delivered, right? And you even wanted to put your hand into them. They were inviting you to kind of put your feet inside them. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic stuff, lads. Fantastic stuff. So, as I said, that's all for this evening's stream. A reminder, there's no stream this coming Friday night. I'm stuck at work. But on Saturday night, we're going to be doing our Christmas special. We're going to take out a 737 and we're going to fly from Riga up to Lapland. And it'll be on Saturday night, 2000 Zulu time. It's a group flight. You don't have to fly the airliners if you don't want to. Anything relatively fast should be happy days. And what else do we have going on this week? Well, we're almost at Christmas. It is on upon us. Anyone who's interested as well on next Friday, not this Friday coming, Friday after, I think it's the 29th. That's when I'm planning to do the Vulcan flight. I will put up a post on Discord over the coming days anyway. And of course, yes, we need to check out that new A300 and it'll be a lot of fun. Do you know what I mean? There will be a Kaharia stream on Friday and Saturday. Oh, nice. There we are, lads. Do be sure to check out Kaharia's stream on Friday and Saturday. And of course, we have Alison Johnson flying on Saturday as well. So there'll be plenty of stuff. Friday and Thursday. Right. Thursday and Friday for Kaharia. Do be sure to check it out. And then we have Alison on Saturday. And then I'll be there then later on Saturday evening from 2000 Zulu time. Come on and fly. If you've never flown with us before, now's the time to do it. Just it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. So my thanks to Gibbo Ireland for that awesome video. It made me...
Allow myself to introduce...
It allowed me...
myself.
As Muse fan put up the link to Kaharia. Thanks very much, Muse. I got to sit back and kind of chillax for a while, which is always nice. So I very much appreciate it, my dude. And get them Crocs out of the bin immediately. And you'll have to wear them. Captain Ray says, Murph, do you think... or what do you think of Simbox for the tablets for Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane? The Simbox. What do you think of Simbox for the tablets? Captain Ray, let me get back to you on that. I'll have to check it out. I've heard of it before. I heard they're quite good. But I haven't, I've no hands-on experience with it. You know what I mean? So to all our viewers on YouTube, thank you very much indeed for tuning in tonight. Do be sure to click the little like button and subscribe button. It helps a bunch. And if you're here on Twitch, if you're new here, you're very welcome. Do be sure to hit the follow button and ! Discord. If you pop that into the chat, that'll bring you to our Discord channel. And that's where we hang about when we're not on the live streams. So my thanks to the Firefly Air admin team. We have a brand new hub opening soon. We also had all the news. We checked out the Cessna 207, the new city updates, and of course Gibbo was here showing us that FCU with an incredible hardware review. Absolutely brilliant. And get the Crocs out of the bin. Until next time, friends, you take care and we'll see you soon. The state of it! The absolute state of it! Ah, Jesus! Oh, look at it did! Shh!